lines. And you know, if you play for the Lincoln Colonials, try to be impartial on these streams, ladies and gentlemen, but it's going to be quite difficult because I'm joined with Ben Harris.
Impartial. I only called plays for them for 2 years, was the defensive line coach for another year, played and coached with most of their coaches. So yeah, absolutely impartial, 100%.
Because that's what's really strange. Because I played for Lincoln for 4 years, and okay, so Lincoln won the toss. They will be deferring it, and DMU will take the ball on opening kickoff. Played for 4 years, and ladies and gentlemen, the reason why you see my ugly face around British American football so much and hear these dulcet tones is the fault of the Lincoln Colonials. So, if you don't like me, you should be rooting against the Colonials.
You should write a letter to the Colonials SU and tell them to shut the team down immediately.
Look what you've done. You've ruined Britball because you made Chris Devitt do stuff like this.
But I also played a small part in that, so I equally apologise.
This is it. So. Lincoln here, that is beating Cambridge Pythons 23-0. This game was supposed to be played earlier. Dictate. You beating Cambridge is good for them, but I don't think AAU are going to be coming away with the Midlands 2 championship.
No, unlikely. Like you say, their other game was against this sort of the top 2, top 3, expecting.
Yeah, played Derby, but they got 30-3.
Yes. Yeah, I mean they were the most competitive game Derby's had, but it was still a pretty comprehensive win for Derby in that one. So
but all the Falcons as well.
Yes.
Back in day.
One thing I'll definitely give DMU credit for is this pitch. Their facility. You want to play on a really nice pitch, and you're thinking about uni, I will give them that. It's a really, really lovely pitch.
So here we go. We are kicking this off for Main Leicester. So going to be received by number 40 of the Lions. He's going
he's
through.
Got a break there. Oh, nice save and
tackle there by today. I'm not going to go and get
nicely spreading the love around the Lincolnshire teams. They've in the past worn the Lincolnshire Bombers tops. Yes. Now they're wearing the Scunthorpe Alphas tops. You know, it's all love in Lincolnshire these days.
Always got a soft spot in my heart for Lincoln. I was going to wear the whole Sharks hoodie today, but I thought that might be. Didn't think that was probably not the best.
Okay, so a heavy front for DMU. Looks like a wing back and a full back. Hand off up the middle, shut down straight away.
Oh, that ball looked like it
for Lincoln.
Who was that? That is number 23 of the Colonials. Tyler Bork there.
Well played, Tyler Bork.
First offensive play for DMU goes the way of the Colonials.
I think that was just the power of the hit. It was all very inside, very contained. Then he just took him nicely. Bit of a loose ball carried by DMU.
So here we go now. I tell you what, he's a good starter when he was playing when I was still playing for the Lincoln Colonials. That is their QB, number 14, Helmer Perabroom. I'm just going to call him Helmer because I know him.
So I think this battle here is going to be big. Again, speaking to the teams, the Lincoln's offensive line versus DMU would consider their defensive line to be their strong point.
High snap there from Jake, the number 60. Who's that centre who used to be an assistant O-line coach for Lincoln before deciding to come here and do a degree.
Yeah, up through the Lincolnshire system. I think he's been playing since about 14 at the Bombers Youth and through their junior system, and then stayed in Lincoln for uni. It's nice to see players come through from such a young age, and I think we're definitely starting to develop that through the British system very slowly. There's a lot of commentary on whether it's going quickly enough, but we are getting there.
Well, if you look at somewhere like Hertfordshire, they love that they've been able to see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, full start for the Colonials. 1st and 15. Going to be a run from Tomas. He's going to the left.
Got the edge. Nice tackle. Gain of 4, maybe. Brings them back to the sticks.
That's going to be number 26 of the Lions. Brings them down there.
We haven't got our down and distance man. How are we supposed to be working this one out?
Mulk hair there with the tackle. We've just got to deal with it.
Okay. Just got to deal with it.
Well, Mike's probably watching.
Come on, Mike. You can comment every down, please. Trips to the right from Lincoln.
So not the I'd say gain of 3 there. I thought that looked again. This is the problem. We looked a lot better from where we were.
They reset it on the other side.
Trips right. Will we see Helmer's arm? I mean, I want you to see it. I know that he played. Yeah, flag on the play. Going to be a free play here for the Colonials. Again, another run to the left side doesn't really go anywhere. Maybe a gain of 2. I believe Helmer did play QB for the Bombers.
Yeah, a little bit, and then I think also safety.
Yes, I believe so. But then I believe he did get injured playing for the Bombers.
It'd be interesting to see if they've given this false. Good hard count from Lincoln.
I do hope there are some former Colonials watching. I did put it in the group chat earlier.
Yeah.
Old Colonials is what it's called now. And I believe that I'm joint last in the Old Colonials fantasy as well. So going to be a second and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pass this time
Great
from Helmer.
snap.
Oh.
Bit wobbly, but it was caught.
No, they've called it no. It bounced off the floor. Yeah, it came off the floor before. Ref had quite a good visibility on that as well.
I was going to say that it was definitely it definitely pretty touched a blade of grass. But I'm trying to make up for my own blown calls.
Is that 1-0 to me then?
Yes, we're going to keep score as well.
They're trying to hit that wing back on just a little 5 hitch.
Okay,
in there.
so.
And they're now going trips to the boundary. DMU running too high.
Another great snap
with the pass.
Helmer pings it. Oh, wow!
Split those 2 high safeties there really nicely.
Beautiful. Try and get a number on that. Don't hear some whistles, see no flags.
No. And what I liked about that as well is it was delivered. Passes, especially when they're going past 15, the QB has a habit of putting air on it and allowing the safeties to come underneath it. But he hit that right down behind the linebackers in between those safeties. So it's nice play, nice pass from Helmer.
Well, this is it. Is with Helmer, he's had tenure at quarterback that a lot of quarterbacks don't get.
No, not at all. Certainly not a uni ball.
It's been a long time since I played. He was playing quarterback then. He was a backup quarterback to the point where he wanted to play D tackle, and they didn't let him because it's like, no, Helmer, we're not letting you play D tackle. So we've got a man in motion.
Resetting up in trips.
That's McAvoy in motion.
Hands off the middle.
Hand off to Tomas. He's going round. He beats his man.
And I think that might be.
Waiting for a signal.
They've given it. Touchdown.
And it's going to be the first touchdown of the day. Is going to be for the Colonials.
A really, really well ran drive that. They no mistakes. Took a little bit of yard, then grabbed that chunk yard with that pass down the middle. Looking good.
It's just no complaints there from on the
Lincoln,
side of
absolutely
Lincoln.
Not.
It's and a field goal unit as well.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
I'm so used to playing Div 2. There's been no field goal. Yeah, I'm happy with that from Lincoln. I think obviously this, if you fumble your the first offensive play of the game, the air's already taken out of you. So this is where I think it's going to be interesting to see.
Oh, fumble on that.
Fumbled snap, but it's going out.
For it. No. Has he got it? No, he hasn't.
So only going to be 6 points on the board here for the Colonials. It's very windy, so I'm quite surprised.
Yeah. Well, you said field goal unit, and we laughed, and that's why.
But yeah,
don't kick.
It's it's definitely sort of a punch to the ribs to fumble your first offensive play. So I'm not particularly surprised that went in, especially in that range.
It can be definitely deflating.
I'm trying to think if when I was a Colonial I ever won on this pitch. I don't think I did.
No, I think the Lincoln only beat DMU for the first time last year.
No, that's not true because
as Lions. As
Lions, yes, yeah.
Since they rebranded.
Yes, I remember.
And since they started playing here, I don't think we ever.
I remember in my first year. I don't know if any of the old boys are watching, but I remember Matt Hale, our quarterback. He put on an absolute performance. I still dream. I still dream.
That was the first
like that.
playoff. Before, playoff season for Lincoln.
And I did
go
to Edinburgh Napier.
Yeah.
And it was, to be fair, we did almost win that game. I stand by that. Considering Edinburgh and AP had only conceded 3 points all season.
Yeah, Scottish teams are definitely hoping that Lincoln make the playoffs because they've beaten them every time they have. So.
Yes. No Scottish teams in Div 2 anymore.
Well, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Lincoln must be so happy about that.
Therefore, Lincoln are winning the championship.
Of course, yeah.
Nothing
to stop them.
Lincoln's biggest kryptonite: Scottish teams.
Wins taken.
So, honestly, this kicker has a fantastic name, especially if you like wrestling.
Okay.
Because his name is Robbie Van Dam.
Yes.
So he is.
That's amazing.
We've got RV. Robbie Van.
That is.
Oh.
100% convinces the mum. My mum has no idea. She's like, yeah, Rob's a nice name, isn't it? Knowing his last name is Van Dam.
Here we go.
That's VD is ready to go.
Put his martial arts kicking skills to good use. Good kick, instant wins.
It's really coming down the pitch as towards the end. Lincoln are attacking, and you can really feel it. It's 20 mile an hour plus, and that's going to have a real impact, not only on the kicking game, but decisions made by both teams in how they attack the opposition.
So on the 20 now for DMU, can they get something going here? The thing is with DMU is I never count out DMU. Last year, they were the only team to beat the Leicester Colonials.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like it's very rare that a Div 2 team goes up with a record that's blemished. Leicester were the only one.
Yeah, no.
And a bad snap there, rolls along the ground.
Yeah, they dived on it again.
But a business decision there, very Cam Newton-y.
Yeah.
QB saw the ball, didn't dive on it.
Yeah. He was. I think he decided the play was done, and he was off to get the next one from the sideline before it had even been whistled. But his running back did what all good running backs do and bail out the QBs and jump straight on it. So 2nd and 15.
Yeah, that's looking like loss of 5 here for DMU. I do want to see what offense they can run.
Yeah.
Because 2 plays, we've only seen fumbles. Just snap going off to the right. Run left.
Yeah.
I tell you what, that running back looked like he was picking up some speed going in there, but
yeah, I think there's I think there'll be a decent chunk of misdirection in the backfield. They've got nine in that box, 2 tight ends and 2 backs, and I think the idea will be lots of try and handoffs, fake handoffs, reverses, that kind of stuff.
The thing is Lincoln Colonials number 50, Danny. I played against him at Old Boys. He's very, very good at football. I put it like this: when I went up against Danny all day,
Wonderful.
I was like, "This is going to be awful. I don't want to play anymore."
Snap again, a pass. Oh, nice catch.
Great catch there by really 7 of the 7. DMU Lions. He's still going.
And chucked a couple of players as well. Really nice play from number 7 there.
Number 7, Idris there for the DMU Lions.
And a little bit of Bargy afterwards, just a touch.
Not a surprise in this game, if we're completely honest.
Yeah.
A good gain, not going to be enough for a first down, but certainly close.
No,
and definitely the best play DMU have managed to break off so far today.
Are they punted?
No, I think they're going for this.
That's a commitment. Fair play.
2.
Oh, and they've gone for the hard count and they've got them.
Hard count works.
Yes.
And it's going to be a first down for the Lions.
Fair play. Absolutely got them. You've got to be screaming as that Lincoln defence don't jump.
But here's the thing, though, like, if you've come out of a play and there's some emotions going, get that hard count off. They're going to be ready to jump.
Yeah.
And that's,
Well played, DMU.
Mind games here from the Lions.
And they're really liking, because they tried to throw it before the whistles were blown, this little slant to 7 coming in from quite a wide position and trying to sit in just behind the linebackers, or hitting him just before he hits that linebacker core. So it'd be interesting to see if they go to him again.
Back to 15. All-star as well.
Oh, there we go. They've handed it off.
And it's a turn of speed here. Number 8.
No. He dropped that, but they've called it down before. But it was a really nice turn. and the other half flowed with the running back, but they managed to get blockers in front of him, and probably 25-yard gain. Really, really nice.
Who was that? Number 10.
Yeah.
Fantastic name. Hugo Tibbets.
Tibbets.
So
Mr.
close.
Tibbets.
Congratulations.
3 big plays for DMU. The pass, the
especially when you
offsides.
consider the first 2 plays of them on.
Yeah, absolutely.
It seemed to be that it wasn't going to be going their way today, but come on.
Okay, they've gone tight end wing back, so trips.
And a pop out. I will say about Tibbets is he's holding this ball loose. It is very, very close to popping out.
I think we might be the wrong person. I think it might be 40 and not 10.
Well, we'll certainly have a look.
Yeah, I think it is. T? No. Oh, I don't know. But he's caught straight away. Lovely play.
And who is that? It's Danny.
Yeah.
That is exactly what I said. He's a force. 50 for the Colonials when you're playing him.
Yeah, presence.
So, Asamoah there being the speed man.
Okay, and, it
goes to Asamoah again.
And they're trying to use his speed, but good hustle from the Lincoln defensive backs there. But they are definitely trying to get his speed, release his speed in different ways, whether it's from the backfield or from a receiver playing that slot position in the trips or twins. So
going to be a 3rd and 12 here for the Lions, who have surprised us, I think, so far.
Well, I mean, I feel like they've got the potential big. They're looking for the big play. They're looking for that breakaway play.
Number 19
3 in the backfield. Sacked. Slow motion sack there. It almost looked like it was an accident. Okay, that's a hold. Hold by one number 50 on another. Trying to swap jerseys. Climb. Because they got the sack as well.
Interesting.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, that's penalty declined.
I would do.
Need quite a few hard counts before you get in that first down.
Seems to be some level of confusion in terms of what they're doing.
Everyone is very casually entering and leaving the field as if they've got all the time in the world, but 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, Lincoln have, oh, there we go, 11.
So number 1 back to receive. Oh, Nottingham Caesars lid as well.
Indeed.
Oh, love a bit of the Caesars. I'm going to say Bunu number 1.
Although it doesn't look like it's going to get anywhere there. Ooh, that came close to touching the back heel of... Oh, Jesus. The whistle's gone. Too many Lincoln players stood around that for my liking. If I'm on their sideline, I am getting very irate at how many people were walking backwards, sideways towards the ball.
Didn't hear a call of poison.
No, nor did I. Right, so second offensive possession for Lincoln, and starting this time not from inside the DMU half, but from the
This is what's going to be interesting now, where we're going to be able to see a consistent drive. Or are we going to have Helmer Pira booming it deep? Yes, it's one.
Again, I apologise for releasing this man onto the world of Britball.
You said it, mate. Cooper score.
Yeah, that's true.
Still my favourite one.
It's
now for the Colonials. Helmer's looking.
That hitch.
Pops it.
Oh, great tackle. Good hustle. Lincoln will be happy. They got 5 yards, but that was great hustle from that DMU player for think 43 for DMU.
DMU.
Yeah.
I can't give you that because I'm looking for the
43, good play.
Jack and Barks there, number 88, the receiver. Let me check the old DMU roster. Nathan Fuller there with the tackle.
There we go. So looking at trips right, now motioning back to Twins. With that wing back in. And it's pass play.
Oh,
That's number 10 who makes a nice catch. That's a good.
I didn't realise that Joe still played for the Colonials.
26 with the tackle for DMU.
I know that Norsa played, I don't know where he played last year, but I did know that, no, I think he was on Colchester.
Oh, was it at Colchester?
Yes.
Oh, who had a
yes.
very good season in Div 2.
Yes. But I don't know if he was with them last year, but I know.
Okay.
Because when I was at Ouse Valley, I played against him when he was at Colchester.
Okay.
Fresh set of downs for the Colonials now. Bit of wind, still getting a bit windy here.
Yeah. DMU switched up to a forefront now. And trips right from the Colonials.
Oh, 37 was right
running
there,
back screen, and he's broken one tackle, and he's off to the races, breaking to the sideline.
Wow.
Nice play by number 1. Really nice play.
And you got lying down.
Really nice play by number 1. Great step after he took that ball.
Speed man. But again, one thing that we've seen out of Lincoln, consistency.
Yeah.
Of all that you need in terms of any sport.
And again, and you'll back me up on this, I think it's probably the thing that they've had the least on offence over the last few years, or certainly where we were there and a little bit after, is consistency on offence. They've always had a good defence. They've had a good defence for, outside of the year they went 0-6. Which we don't mention.
I was going to say, I don't think that ever happened.
They've had a very solid defence, but offensively they've always been intermittent. Some games they're scoring 40 points. I remember them scoring 40 points on Chester and then could barely score 7 or 10 on Kiel the next week or whatever it was. I think it's, they can be really, really fluctuating. But so far in this game, they've really made a statement, driving down the field both times.
Or we've bolstered by such Colonials legends, Elliot Maris, and then brought down by disgusting Colonials who we think probably were there to tank the whole team, such as Dominic Sims. And ladies and gentlemen, if you know Dominic Sims nowadays, he's hairline, bad, it's not great.
I mean, we don't need to abuse him.
He's abused himself over the years.
Oh dear.
Who else? Like a lot of clubs haven't amounted to anything. Ryan Massey, Hertfordshire cheater. What's he done recently?
Yeah, absolutely agreed.
Awful. Hugo Stans, what's he doing?
I thought Ryan was at Norwich.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. What's he done?
Yeah,
recently?
exactly. Lost to Hearts.
Lost. Yeah.
Come on now.
No, that's because last time I saw him he was at Hearts.
Norwich, who've got a new head coach in Drew Anderson, head coach for Sealand as well, know him very well. That's going to be a big thing for them. He's a really, really good guy, really good head coach.
Norwich will be in the hunt again this year.
Yeah, absolutely.
We've still got uni balls games.
I know, but I'm getting excited for senior football.
I'm not allowed to.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm not allowed to. I've got to worry about the good games coming up.
If you are enjoying this and you are desperate to keep abreast of the Midlands 2 scene, the big game coming back after the new year will be on the 21st, where Derby play Nottingham.
And then the best part about that is Derby have got Nottingham, and the week after they've got Lincoln.
Yeah, so I mean,
it's a big week. And if you remember last year, I remember saying to some Colonials, and they weren't very impressed with me.
Oh, really?
Because I said to them, to their faces, not online, to their faces, you will not beat Derby. You're nothing. You will not beat Derby.
So what you're saying is you're the reason they beat Derby. You gave them that poster board material. Same way the Reading went on their run. It's all Chris Tebbett poster board material.
Nope.
Pushing people
nope.
on.
Reading went on their run because the centre for the playoff game didn't do a very good job. And the worst part is he was also.
He's a lovely man that does a lot for this sport.
But yeah.
Yeah, decisive that part of the season. And like you say, they were not expected to go up there and beat Derby, and they did.
Because I believe in
convincingly in the end.
I believe in our pre-season predictions for who we thought was going to win. I believe SJ has Derby picking it. I had the Green. No one's really put Lincoln there, but Lincoln are in the conversation, I think. But until that triumvirate play each other,
yeah, who knows?
This division is, very, 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 very strange. But this game is telling. With consistency, trips left now for the Colonials.
That's that single side receiver.
Oh wow!
And it's caught. Oh, but I think there's a massive. He's gone all the way, but there's a flag in the backfield.
Flag
DMU
in the backfield.
player down, and I've got a feeling there's going to be some sort of.
And I believe that was caught by Norster. But we need to have a look at the flag.
Yeah, I think this is coming back. Oh. Oh, here we go. I think it's been offered as a Lincoln touchdown.
Okay, then what I'm going to say is that was sensational, the flag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Roughing the passer on 24.
Okay, well, to be fair, Joe, because you're probably going to want to watch that back. I'm sorry that me and Ben
weren't
as excited as we could have been there, but we thought that was coming back.
Yeah.
But sensational.
But absolutely
sensational.
Great ball. Took advantage of the wind to be able to put it over the DB's head. Great catch on the run.
But the Helmer cannon there.
Yeah.
To Norster. Puts it in. Perfect. Lincoln up by 12.
If I was being hypercritical of Helmer, because I know him and it's good fun, he could have put it out a little bit more in front of him, but it was great adjustment by Joe to come back, find that ball, and then still be able to break off what was then pressure from the corner and go and make that play.
Absolutely
Fantastic ball.
It seems so Helmer's got a weather-resistant arm.
Yeah.
But we do still have a lion down.
Yes. Yeah, it's. Oh, here we go. He's getting back up.
He's sitting back up.
I was going to say, I wasn't sure if it was potentially neck or something like that, but no, he sat back up and
up to the wind and said, nah, not for us today.
I think they're going to go. Now, ladies and gentlemen, with bated breath, you're going to be trying to work out which one of us is right. Oh, Chris, you may as well retire now.
Nonsense. I just heard Danny, you going, and I was like, they're going to give the ball to.
Maybe it'll be a fake.
I'll give the ball to. If it's a fake, I'm losing my mind.
There we go. We're still back in, and they're looking for that extra point. Take it to 13. Ball's down. Kick is gone and
Good.
through.
Okay. It's a 13 now. For the Colonials. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm ill, as if you watch the rundown on Monday.
Chris is spreading COVID. That is apparently back with a vengeance.
Did you just shoot name me there, brother? There's no such thing as Chris on Sport Tank.
Apologies. But I don't know. TV temps. Oh dear.
Honestly, it was bad on the rundown. I was like trying to talk.
Okay, so 2 possessions, 2 scores. Obviously, the first one you could argue was potentially, starting a good position, but that one was from the 7, big drive, couple of really nice plays. Number 1 had a really nice run, and then Joe hitting that, catching that nice pass. So, making a statement here. Derby and Nottingham will be watching, I imagine, and Lincoln are showing that they are incredibly competitive.
That ball from Helmer was just so. It was
pretty.
It was pretty, and it's just with this weather, it's so difficult to be able to gauge something like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, Norster came back and found it as well, But
Yeah, no, it was really nice.
and Rob Van Dam, sorry, RVD's ready to boot this ball away.
Yeah, I mean, if he doesn't, unless it's intentional, if he doesn't put this out the back of the end zone from the halfway line,
I hope he does a rolling thunder, rolls into the boot. He won't. But yeah, because the penalty for offing the pass of the kick is down there, just enough for the whole damn show to kick it out the back of the end. So
the whole damn show. So DMU probably at the end of the first quarter now, I would say, or pretty close to.
But as far as there are positives here for DMU.
Yeah.
They have managed to break off some runs.
Yeah, 40 looks like a really good player.
Their issues with the snaps seem to have been abated now.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the idea, like I say, with the misdirection and with some of their be to try and break one of their stars to try and get that big play and break it away. So we shall see. They've gone back to the heavy package and a handoff, and that is number 40 with it again. Better hustle from Lincoln cutting across, but it still looks like they. I think general is you accept that you might get a yard or two on 3 or 4 plays, knowing, or ideally knowing that but they're really mixing it up because they've now gone trips to the right with a nub tight end look on the left hand side.
So Lincoln almost left number 1 uncovered there.
Number 1 blitzed.
Oh!
He didn't get there, but it's a corner blitz, which I love to see. But that was a really nice play from the Lincoln defence.
Lincoln are hyped up for this.
Yeah, and the DMU QB did not do his receiver any favours there.
No,
put the ball up at a point where if he was going up to catch it, his ribs were...
hit him with the Josh Dobbs special there.
Yeah, who's now 3rd string quarterback for the Vikings after shows if you've got a star player and you as a quarterback you put them in trouble, that's it, demoted.
So 3rd and 8 now for DMU. They managed to get out of trouble before. But Lincoln just seemed to be overwhelming.
It looks like a pass. There's a lot of bodies. Yeah, they tried to pass it and
QB was still on his feet
still
there.
moving. No, he's down. Oh. He's down.
Good evasion there for the most part.
And they've called it a turnover.
Have they?
A fumbled.
A fumble turnover.
Oh, wow, so the QB was trying to make something of it. And by trying to do that, it's come out and Lincoln have taken it over. Fair play. Jeez, this has got...
Lincoln, make it interesting.
Yeah, I know, this has got all the... we are still in Q1, and if Lincoln score here...
Oh, to be fair, no, I've just read some of the comments there. Talk about Colonials history. Jamal, obviously. We all love a bit of Jamal Alvaranga.
But we can't be mean to him. He's the king.
No, this is it. We can't be mean to him because Jamal's a lovely guy and he's a good player. But the guy who commented that, I think may go down as one of the more recent Colonials legends, Sam College.
Okay, yes.
Sam,
I've heard very good things.
I'd never played before. And in first year, he came in.
Handoff inside.
Oh, great
nice tackle.
there.
Great play. 51 from DMU.
Like Sam College is the textbook example of how important uni ball is. Came in, never played before, and over the course of his career at Lincoln, became one of the best players.
Yeah.
By a country mile. I came back and I watched a few Lincoln games, and I was like, "Is that Sam College doing that?" And Sam was so good.
Still playing, I assume?
I believe he played for the Bombers last year.
Okay.
I don't know where he's playing now. Sam, tell us where you're playing now. Well, not now, but...
Trips right for Lincoln.
Behind the sticks here for Lincoln.
And a pass, hitting that little screen out. And good blocking, really good blocking.
And a front roll there. I think they're going to call that short.
Yeah, maybe the 3. Nice, that's really nice blocking.
I want to say that's 23 Tyler Bork there with the reception and the flip. More of a roll.
Yeah, absolutely. Flip implies it was intentional.
Oh, he plays for Rushmore Knights now. Oh, very good.
Good. Good for me as the Oxford Saints DC. I'm so I know both of Benny and Jimbo there, and they're both really good coaches. So he'll get good coaching, but I hate that he's gone there.
Okay, so oh god, 4 yards. I'm going to say.
Yeah.
From this angle,
Spread
I'm
formation.
going to expect that to go to Thomas, number 2.
Yeah, I think they'll probably run it here.
Oh, no. Okay, Helmer's pinged it out.
And pass and touchdown.
Touchdown.
Yeah.
Simple as.
And a nice little slant inside.
That is Josh McAvoy, number 11 there. With the touchdown, with the spin celebration.
Yeah, indeed.
I saw that and I was like, meh. I've seen flags get called for that.
Yeah. It's interesting there, DMU's defence seemed to not really adjust.
No.
Like they almost looked like they were still playing a cover 2 shell, but from 3 or 4 yards away, and so he just was able to just step inside the off safety and
thank you, Jamal. That is happening on the lovely DMU field right now.
It's good, and that is 20-0 to Lincoln.
20-0 to Lincoln again. When I was playing here, 20-0 against DMU on DMU's home turf. It seemed like we were going to spare. Walkabout will be off the absolute chain. Go.
I couldn't comment.
Hello, Mike. How are we? I'll tell you what, it's nice to. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a walkabout Sunday. We're not sponsoring anything, just walkabout in Lincoln is.
If they want to sponsor us personally, that's absolutely fine. I'll take some money or some good food.
I'll tell you what, if I die, sprinkle my ashes in walkabout Lincoln.
Well, they'll stick to the floor.
It certainly will.
Oh dear.
Use it to clean up sick.
Oh, rough. And imagine repeated everywhere around the country.
The amount of my student loans that used to be spent at Walkabout Lincoln. An RVD. Ready to put. Oh, someone's voice broke there. Jeez.
Someone found puberty a bit late.
That's ready.
There we go. They got a good return out of 40 last time. He's definitely the
athlete
on this DMU team. Nice tackle.
Good return.
And then a little bit of afters. 23. I know they're nice, friendly little
hands
pats.
afterwards.
Full course for this team. He's they're trying to get him available in all aspects, offense, special teams.
Hasn't aged a day.
Absolutely not. Sealand Masters legend.
Knows all the words to "Man's Not Hot" by Big Jack.
And it's only mild cultural appropriation.
Oh, it certainly is. Only a few people get that reference. Offside.
Okay.
Good return, but 5 yards back. But I definitely do agree. 40 is he's the guy for the Lions.
Yeah. So what have you made of the first half of Uni Ball? Anything shocked you? Anything?
Yes. It's.
I know my probably biggest shock, I would say.
Okay.
How well Aberystwyth are doing. And he's rolling his eyes because it sucks. But that's my biggest surprise.
No. Right.
Okay, sorry. Here we go. They've done a little counter play.
I thought that ball came out there again.
No, he's got it. Good tackle.
So, I say this every single time I rank Aberystwyth. They've had 2 50 burgers, right? Their biggest win is still their 12-6 victory over Gloucestershire.
Yeah, agreed.
Worcester and Bath Spa, they're trying, but they're not.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I think that Gloucester team that's got some really good. Well, I mean, you'll know better than me, but it's got some good talent that have played at high levels of football through the summer.
But my thing is that
that's the end of the first quarter now.
I'm not here to have a go at Aberystwyth, but what Aberystwyth need to do is to not be overconfident.
Yes, agreed.
Because they drew with Plymouth and Bullets last year. The other side of the season, they've got Swansea, they've got Bullets, and they've got
Yeah, that Swansea
Blitz.
game will be really good.
Right. Aberystwyth could do it if they're not overconfident.
Yes. Yeah. No. I just out of the league going in, they were the team that I didn't necessarily expect to even be talking about being in contention.
For me, I think one that surprised me is Sussex.
Okay.
They're currently 3-0.
Yeah.
And it seems to be that the match-up between the Brighton Panthers,
Yeah.
who are the favourites to win the Southern Two.
Yeah, that Brighton Bowl.
Honestly,
it's going to be
Brighton Sussex. I'm excited for.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited for.
Excited enough to drive 3 hours to go.
I've thought about. We joke about it, but I've thought about it.
Yeah.
I've definitely thought about it.
Well, there's no schedule confirmed for the second half on Sport Tank, so teams pitch.
We've all talked about
There
it.
we go,
It's,
misdirection
pitch to
into
40.
40. Oh,
Runs into the middle, but you know.
It's still good gain, 8-9 yards. I'm much happier now it's the second quarter and we can show you more of what this DMU offense is about, which is, like I say, is that misdirection, that fake pitch, fake toss inside.
Again, apologies for coughing, ladies and gentlemen, but I am ill. And that is going to be a 3rd and 2 for the Lions. Watch the hard count here, I'd say.
Yep, agreed. They've got a wing to the right, DMU. Tight end left. Oh, and they went with the hard count, but ball wasn't snapped. Nobody's... Oh, no, there's a flag in now, and I guess it'll be false start. Lincoln are calling it on the wing back, number 23, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one for me.
All right.
Thank you, baby. Said that over. My girlfriend's giving me Lucasade, so that's why I said thank you, baby, into the mic.
Makes this a little bit harder for DMU, but not impossible. Like they say, they broke an 8-yard run that previous play, so be interesting to see what they do. But I imagine the intent will be to put it in 40's hands because he's definitely been the bright spark of this DMU offense so far. And it's pass. And the pass is 15 on the slant, but it's low and incomplete.
Getting a little bit more juice behind that.
Yeah.
I think it would have got into his hands, but there was too many Colonials around him. Don't think it would have been a first down.
Yeah. And the slant is on. You know, it's not necessarily going to get you the big yards unless you slip a tackle, but it's there, and they got it with 50, or they would have got it with 15 that time if the ball had been a bit higher, and they got it with 40 a couple of times as well. Sorry, 7 as well. So there is a spark, there is potential. Number 1's obviously been, I wouldn't say identified, this is just interesting coverage from Lincoln. They're 2-on-1 with the Gunners.
And that is Patel, number 15, the kicker.
It's a nice punt.
It's a good old punt.
And out of bounds.
But a good kick.
Yeah,
Kick.
Plenty of space, well into Lincoln's half.
There's definitely a Lincoln player there who was very much teasing a block in the back there, but nothing called.
Here's another one. Talking slight shocks. We watched them in their worst game of the year. Oxford.
Yes.
You know, Oxford who, you know, were fighting with...
The thing is, like, the southern one is broken.
Yeah.
You know, it seems to be the Brunel.
Yeah,
Whatever
absolutely.
division Brunel is in, it just breaks.
It just...
you know,
fully.
You know, like Brunel, they fell to Hertfordshire, but Hertfordshire falls in.
Yeah.
Hertfordshire are currently leading it, but Oxford the only team that is.
But with that one draw against the Bears, who have lost every other game quite convincingly, and then, like you say, Reading beating Hart.
It's very, very strange.
Yeah.
But I think if Oxford do it, like we watch them play, they're compelling.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch.
Yeah.
There's going to be a
nice
run
little
to the
outside
left,
run.
but still on his feet there.
Oh, and there's a fumble. No, they've called it down. Whistled it down.
Putting down lots of lateral running. don't know how many yards that's going to be. I think maybe even one.
Not much.
Maybe none at all by the looks of it.
I think what Lincoln are trying to do is they know that they're not necessarily got the presence up front to take on DMU's strength on defence in their front three. Or beat them for pace, or at least that threat being there then means they can open up their passing.
So spread now for Lincoln.
And pass. I would have said that's helmet to helmet.
Well, I put it just, I could have heard that was helmet to helmet. But number 87 there for
Well, they've not said anything.
The Colonials. Not my favourite number 87 though, which would be Don Baxter.
Oh yeah, what a nippy little man he.
So Oliver Maguire there, number 87, almost the exact opposite of Don Baxter,
absolutely.
because I can see him from here.
No magnifying glass needed.
No. And helmet.
To the right.
German descent, but still not the best ever German Colonial.
Which pass really.
The DMU player takes out his own player there, both within the realm of the interception. But a rare Lincoln punt here.
Yeah.
It's like when Randy Moss started going.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's been some stars. Owen is always one.
Oh yes,
loved Owen.
What a man!
No.
A man who I gaslit into joining the Colonials.
But he loved it. I'm telling you, he loved it. He might play rugby now, but he did love it. Yeah, but like you say, rare Lincoln punt. I think they're looking to try and exploit that space in behind the hindbackers for DMU, and they've done it in the past.
Is that Joe Norster punting this? I
Tell
tell you what,
into the wind, so it's hanging.
Coming towards us.
And then taken back, cries of away, and then one player, I think 24, decided away was not the way he wanted to go.
Recovered there by
now chirps him with 91.
Recovered there by number 26, Daniel Jones. Seems to be on Exodus from New York.
Yes. Decided New York football was not for him. Okay, so DMU need to take advantage of that stop from Lincoln to really get a score in before the end of the half if they're going to push on. You know, I've watched a couple of games in the past, the Oxford Bears game where Oxford came back from 14 down. Obviously, I was at the final when Hearts came back against Northumberland from 21 down. So it's not impossible, but they really do need to start the comeback if they're going to have one. And that's a handoff inside on a little counter play. And they're really trying to make a play for that ball with number 8. They know he's carrying it high and loose, and they're really trying to make him drop it.
My man moving the chains.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
But gain 2.
Yep.
Gain 2 there from DMU.
So they're not getting the second part of the counter to come up. Not a bad play because of the front that Lincoln run, but if you can't get that up, you're just going to get tackled when you hit the hole. Here we go, they're running it again, and it's a reverse to 40 this time, but swallowed by 3 Lincoln players.
I tell you what, it's a feat when you get 2 players.
Yeah.
But when you've got 3 Colonials hanging on the shirt strings of 40, you know, that's what we call in the commentary game the hungry caterpillar. Do you know why?
You tell me.
Because it's an easy read, mate.
Oh, such a rookie here compared to your mastery of the mic.
Yeah. I think that's like the third time I broke out the hungry caterpillar. I think I broke it out last week at Exeter as well.
Exeter, who look very good. Very good.
Yes. I think they're representing the South.
Yeah.
You know.
That's a flag. False
Great ball.
doing?
it.
Jesus, 23, what an idiot.
Tyler Bork.
Come on now, Tyler.
I remember Tyler. You know, he's got a lot of fire in his belly.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that whistle was going about 10 seconds before that ball was passed.
But, you know, unneeded spike of the ball.
Sorry, Tyler, I shouldn't have called you an idiot. I just think it was a stupid thing to do. Idiot's a strong word. I'm sure you're very clever. You're at uni. It's fine.
I was about to say, but it's at the University of Lincoln. Tell that to my 2 degrees stamped with this University of
Indeed,
Lincoln.
don't go devaluing your own.
Yeah.
And a pass again.
So 90's going to need something big.
Oh,
Here.
pressure.
Oh, wow.
Early doors.
And what a surprise. Who is it?
50.
It is number 50, Danny, who is an absolute phenom.
Where's he playing in the summer?
Well, I believe he played for Bombers, but don't quote me on that.
Oh, yeah, you said, yeah.
So I don't know where he'll be playing this year, but
there's going to be a few people after his signature watching this game.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Wearing a Scunthorpe top, I'm sure they'll be gunning for him. Humber, newly promoted to Div 1.
So Patel back to kick it away. Going back to this, you know, double stack formation on one.
I mean, I suppose if you can stop the gunners getting there, you're not necessarily relying on the rush so much. Oh. But
See,
equally,
the one thing that I appreciate about Danny is it's all well and good playing D-tackle and, you know, getting there or getting held up if you're someone like Danny and getting double teamed.
Yeah.
But he does the next step up, which is shoot your shot, jump up and try and take that ball out of the air.
Yeah,
Because
100%.
Because that can be the difference sometimes.
Yeah. Second effort when you've not necessarily made the play as a D lineman is
Thanks.
huge.
No, thank you for all the words for this stream. It is quite windy, but happy to be here in Leicester. I keep wanting to
Who are we thanking? Thank you, people.
As Lincoln try to increase the score even more. Hard count there.
Hand off inside.
Hand off to Tyler, I think.
Yeah.
It's the yellow face cage for me.
But stopped pretty quickly for what looks like just back to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, thank you, people. Thank you for listening to me. This is my 3rd game on the mic.
Yes.
Regular.
Aztecs?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just always fun because it's inside jokes that we don't get.
Indeed. Trips left for...
Here you go. What can Helmer do now? That's it, Mike.
Play.
That's it, Mike. When you're not here.
Hit
Oh,
the pass,
my
hit
Lord,
that
he's
fade
going.
Again, but, oh, good defence from 41 there.
41 just getting a hand to it. Fair enough.
Yeah, it was a nice play.
You know, Helmer's throwing it towards the camera trying to
Yeah,
get Joe a highlight package
but again, what does that show? So he threw that pass for the second touchdown, and it went 40 yards, sailed straight into his hand, tried to throw it into the wind here, and it pitched up for maybe 10, and a potential. Actually, Joe did a good job of disrupting 41 in the end there.
41 marvellous Lamptey there with the slap away, bringing up a 3rd down. Dylan, mate, grow up. No one cares. Mate, your team's like 0-5.
Here we
No,
go.
I'm joking.
Hitting
I
a
love
pass
you,
again
Dylan.
across the middle. Open this time. Good catch. And fighting for yards.
Going to be a 1st down for Lincoln, I feel, for the second best 87. No, I'm joking. It's funny when he starts live streaming there. That's good. Thank you. Let's go, Lincoln. Mariah Carey, Joe Smith. Things you love to see this. Love a bit of Joe Smith as well.
Indeed.
Softest lips on the Colonials. Don't ask me how I know that. So
Hand
Tyler's
off inside,
running now.
nice little cut back. Good play by 51. Very, very quickly to the ball.
Is that Tyler or is it number 25?
Those tweaks. Really, really aggressive play by 51, but really nicely timed and a great tackle. No complaints on the tackle. Obviously, it's a shame that player gets hurt, but really, really nice tackle.
So, Ollie Maguire there, the player before number 87, who made it another great play. I think it's going to get to a point where Lincoln are going to start experimenting
Yeah, I
with
think
some
so.
things now.
I think if they can get a score in before the end of the half, 27, if they get the extra point, is a really healthy.
I think that's when it's going to
lead,
become difficult for DMU here, because like DMU aren't. You look at some of the scorelines DMU've had. Obviously, you are correct in the sense of they've had some of the more difficult opponents in the Midlands too.
Yeah.
But I'm impressed with DMU from what I've seen. Don't get me wrong, there are some issues, but you know. 40 is
they're not a team devoid of talent.
No.
51 has played really nicely. 50 and 51 have played well. 41's did well in that pass play, but has also held up well against the obvious sort of star threat for Lincoln certainly on that single side of the trips, and they're trying to hit him, and he's done pretty well on that. Like you say, 40's a hell of a player. You know, they're rough around the edges, but yeah, they've absolutely got talent to challenge. And that's kind of almost their Super Bowl a little bit, to try and get through these games unscathed, to really take a shot and getting that win and trying to build the program back up.
Because like, when you think about it, like, it wasn't long ago, was it? It wasn't last season. Like, it wasn't 2 seasons ago. They were in.
Yeah.
They were up in the up in Div 1.
Yeah.
You know. What was it now? How many years ago was it?
Maybe 3. Maybe
I think it was 3 ago, because I think it was DMU, Leicester, Staffordshire, and
yeah, it was. Yeah.
they've all come down. Leicester's going back up now.
Yeah.
And I think Leicester will stay up there.
So do I. I think.
You know, I was thinking about this last night, because I'm going to try and do every team, every division ranking for over Christmas.
Okay.
So halfway point of the season.
Yeah.
And I've come to the conclusion the best thing that could happen to the Coventry Jets right now is relegation.
Yeah.
The best thing, because I mean this, Coventry Jets. None of you are watching this, but Coventry Jets next year when they come back down,
is that the year I was defensive line coach and then first year DC, a lot of the times uni teams are.
But fourth and 13 it looks like
it's
for
a big
Lincoln.
ask.
But they're going to bring the offence out. We've seen that Helmer can have the power to put it back. You've got trips right.
Yeah, they're taking a timeout, I think. Yeah, they're taking a timeout.
Yeah.
No, it'll be interesting to see whoever of Derby, Nottingham, or Lincoln potentially are the ones that go up, because that division is also there's so many good divisions, but like Sheffield Hallam, NTU, Warwick.
See, this is it. Is that, you know, I love you, NTU, but I don't know, NTU recently, it's not a huge ask for NTU to get promoted out of the North. I don't think they're ready for the Prem, but to be fair, if they did, I wouldn't be I'm not going to put my house on it, but I might put a fiver.
Yeah.
You know.
They've been consistently. They remind me of Northumberland Vikings.
The thing is when you look at NTU, normally when they get to the playoffs, they will fall to a Loughborough or a Hallam. Yeah. Hallam this year, not least, like, for me, like this half to the season when everyone thought it was going to be Leeds, it's Manchester. They did lose to Liverpool
early doors,
but they got the win back.
They got the win back. Yeah.
Do you know who has also surprised me?
Go on. To
Unfortunately
Manchester,
so.
though, why? That could play a big part.
I'll tell you in the break.
Oh, a little shoulder shrug there,
Helmer.
and then hit number 1,
and a pick. Oh,
43 with the pick.
And that is what DMU needed, but a bit of an arm punt.
Yes, yeah, absolutely that. I was going to say, it'll be good for DMU to feel good about themselves going into half-time, or I don't know, I think we've probably got 6-7 minutes maybe before half-time, but going into...
2:52 left.
2:52, there we go. So yeah, going into trying to get something out of these last few minutes, but I think, it's a 4th down. You probably punting, you might have got an extra 10 yards if you'd have punted, so...
We talk about the man of momentum here, the sports time.
Yeah.
It does add a bit on, a bit more than if it was just a punt.
Yeah, agreed. And I tell you now, if DMU are going to get something, even if they can go and get 3, because they'll be kicking into the wind, it's a big deal. It's a big drive. Hand off
Hand off
inside, that counter play straight up the middle.
Going to be a good.
Oh, and he's fumbled it again.
I think the
Oh, yeah, he's in a lot of pain.
So it seems we have got an injury for the Lions.
That was really weird because he was screaming for ages and everyone was just stood around him arguing about who'd got a fumble.
I think it was because people thought he was
just
screaming.
angry at himself.
But, you know, that very well could be number 8.
Yeah, really, really not nice injury. So,
but yeah, likely there's going to be an end of half if the injury is declared severe enough. But you know, going to be a loss for DMU here to not have number 8.
yeah, absolutely. He's been a workhorse. He does carry it high, but he's taken a lot of snaps. He knows how to run this offense. Not nice.
Again, contact sport does have.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's never good to see.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We do these things. I've told Tez before he got here, but my missus fell off a horse the other day, broke a collarbone, and yet she's telling me she's going to be back on by April. So we do our sports, we love them, we play them, and we run the risk of her getting those injuries. And I think she's just loving the fact that I'm basically her man-servant now, which is.
I'll tell you what, don't get wrong. Number 8 does sound in pain, but you know he's very much still alert.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is, you know, sometimes some of these injuries.
Yeah, if they pass out or whatever, I agree.
You know, sort of instant shock, but he does.
Yeah.
You know, he does still seem dead.
Yeah.
So. Okay.
So no, but going back to what you were saying about.
Let's get into some of the what I'm surprised about. I thought Hull Sharks would be very much doing the same as Coventry, and like their
same as. Sorry.
Coventry.
Oh, right, okay.
Just be going straight back down.
Yeah.
Right. Not the case.
No.
They've been doing quite well, but it's that Manchester, it's that walk over to Manchester that I think is.
But it just seemed to go by as if. Sorry, I'm waving my mic around. It just seemed to go by as if it wasn't a thing. Like, you know, like you said, they've done really well. They've been competitive in the division, and then it's just and they just decided not to play this week.
The problem that they've got is 2 teams have been relegated from the Northern One this year. But LJMU have shocked me. Yeah. In the flip side of things, by doing quite poorly when I thought that they had a chance to win the list. But Leeds, not middling about. It's difficult because they don't have that return fixture against the Tyrants.
Yeah, and exactly that. And it's interesting because, I know going into that game, I spoke to. I know who play on the Tyrants, and I think the Tyrants were really locked in, and Leeds maybe thought that I wouldn't say they thought they were going to win, like they were going to win it easily, but were maybe a little complacent early on, and things when they started not falling for them, it kind of threw them a little bit.
I think it was for me that last year I was trying to base myself off of stats and things like that.
Yeah.
But then last year in my rankings, I just thought Tyrants. I just feel something about the Tyrants, so I sort of didn't bother like this year to really give them as much credit as they probably should have.
They recruited well, and it showed. And like you say, it's quite hard to know looking at it in the north that say it is Manchester and NTU and Warwick and a few others enter the playoffs. The big unknown is the Scottish division, because obviously a lot of teams that have been put up in there, it's very similar to the Scottish division in adult ball. You've got a load of teams that have been put up into a division that maybe they weren't there last year and they haven't necessarily earned promotion, and so you've got no idea. Do Stirling come down or Glasgow and batter everybody into a submission, or do they get like in the adult division with Highland, where they came down and played Chester and competed, but were shown that maybe if they had played in a more northern, not just Scottish division, they maybe might not have made the playoffs.
It's very, very difficult because
walk absolutely.
Games, especially because they ran it close with Glasgow.
Yeah.
And then people thought still broken. I don't I don't think. I think it's going to negatively impact Stirling and Glasgow when playoffs happen.
Yeah. In the same way that it did with Highland and Glasgow in adult ball, in terms of such a small amount of teams, you can't necessarily always face the same level of competition as they do in the rest of England and
But I understand
Wales.
why they've done it. I mean,
Well, yeah, okay. So here's a question for you: do they go down?
no.
So it's
No
just
relegation.
so we're going to do it like that then just go back to regional. Just bin it off.
Yeah.
And we changed out of it because we wanted to go to BUCS, which was a good idea. If you're not going to relegate people and there's not going to be that jeopardy, then there's no point in having a tiered system, in my opinion, and you may as well go.
Just going into half time early, we were just shy of the 2-minute warning. That time will not be added.
Okay.
So that's it.
Okay, so due to the injury, we will be going into half time early. The time that was still on the clock won't be added on, but just to make sure that players properly seen to, we will be going into half time early. And we'll update, but we won't, pry. We won't try and crowd around him or anything like that.
I know I'm mildly fishing at the rules here, but for BUCS they needed to have played a half. Say for whatever reason they decided. I don't think they will do. Is it
play 75%?
75%. Okay, so
I don't think.
I don't think it'll be called off. I'm not expecting that at all.
No, percent.
Okay.
Very well. Yes, we'll turn ourselves up after half time. But normally this is where I'd come and say, I'm going to give you all the scores for this week.
Yeah.
I've only got one for you. Lincoln Colonials 20, DMU Lions 0. So, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with you. I imagine this half time probably will be slightly longer.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say we're probably going to have a 15-minute break. We'll come back on after 15.
Yeah.
And just start talking.
Look at you for
But as it
ages.
stands right now, injury break. Unfortunately, that isn't. Hopefully, the player is fine. We'll try to provide you updates. But as it stands right here on our, last stream, 20 DMU 0. Ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you in. Yourself a hot drink, cold drink. I'd like a hot drink. Hello,
slightly
hello,
short.
ladies and gentlemen. We are back in. Apparently, people on stream were saying it was low. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. I know it was
Hi,
quite a long wait, but we are back in Leicester for DMU versus Lincoln. Player has been moved off the pitch.
Yes.
You know, I never like prognosticating on an injury, but
No.
not a fun one.
No, not at all. And
We
but
do wish him the best.
yeah, absolutely. And he like I say, he's got off the pitch and just waiting either for an ambulance or to be taken off to the hospital. But we move on, as they say, and the refs have informed us that the way this has to work now is that we play the last 2 minutes of the second quarter and then move straight on to the third as if it was basically like the first to the second or the third to the fourth.
Yeah, so we are going to see out the second quarter. Nice. Everyone's warmed up. It has gotten chilly here. I've got two hand warmers.
Yeah,
going.
me too.
Trying to find the old soothers.
One of them might become a neck warmer at some point in the not too distant future. But yeah, so we're just waiting to see what the refs say, what the teams say. So,
but we'll see how these teams come out. Again, it's not the lead isn't out of the way of De Montfort, but you've had time now to sort of be able to plan this.
Yeah.
Though, the player who went out for them,
starting running back,
number 8, he was playing a key piece in the DMU offense. So it's going to be interesting to see how they adjust. Obviously, they have still got number 40, who is very, very fast. But the man who they're running those counters with, he won't be coming back on the field.
No.
But I'll tell you what, I was told that number 8, he will sit on the ground for a while, and one of the things he said was, "Just get me a pint." So that's
true Uniball fashion.
So that is the spirit that number 8 is in.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely. Well, that's good news. I've also heard that he proclaims to be Welsh and therefore above such things as being hurt or, as we know, all Welshmen are potentially invincible if they juice. So he was
unlike another for Gloucestershire Gladiators, who is both Welsh and a coward. It's weird.
Very strange. Maybe that's why he left Wales. He was banished.
None of the Glads are watching this, so I can talk about them.
Maybe one or two.
I tell you what, if I know some of the old boys watching this, thank you for tuning in. I know we're back now. I know, we've got good old cobbler flods here. Everyone loves cobbler flods. And we got Joe Lockwood, who is still mad that he chose to be a Saints fan, which and he loves them as well. Like it's not like
he does.
It's not like it's he just has the Saints. No, he genuinely loves the Saints, which is weird.
Yep.
So.
I was speaking with Callum Huckle.
Oh, very
the
nice.
other day, and
into a car crash, didn't he?
Yeah, Morgan. Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was before their car crash. I was speaking to them. They're out in Canada.
Yeah.
Living life together out there. And then the next thing I see is a picture of their car on its roof, and then just smiling away, going, "All right, this is a day in the life." But another couple of legends of the Matt.
Yeah,
the Matt Callum.
I remember Morgan was like the guy back in the day.
6'5", freaking
made everything look
absolute presence.
So easy. Like sometimes it feels like different gravy when it's I look back on that first year and we had I speak quite reverently about Matt Hale, like the game that I was on the sideline for because I was injured and it was Lincoln versus DMU. We were down in the fourth quarter and Matt Hale just breaks off this run.
Yeah,
and
he's a hell athlete.
It was madness because in my first year here we thought we weren't in playoff contention. And we were done, and then I think it was Leicester. Leicester then beat someone in the last week of the playoffs, and then it's like, oh, we've got a playoff game in Edinburgh. Like we'd had a week off. I remember Callum coming into walkabout. We're all sat there. I think we're about to do the quiz, and they were like, "Yeah, we've got training tomorrow." Why? Well, we're in the playoffs. Yeah.
We didn't know it was happening, but now it is.
Yeah, it was him and Nick Percy told me.
Oh god, yeah.
I love a bit of Nick Percy.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're just reminiscing of all the old Colonials. Nick Percy, he's a solid one.
Callum was one of those players, and then people will be able to reflect on this. He had such a talent for winding other people up on the other team. Like, and every team's got one. Just that really gobby player that you think, if you weren't on my team, I'd love to knock you out.
Yeah.
But you are, and I can see how much you're winding up the other team, and just silly stuff. But I remember he played, so I played alongside him, and he was that wind-up merchant, and not that he was disliked by anyone on the team, but he was that guy, and he played a little bit of running back at the end of one of the games for the Bombers, and he was going to score a touchdown. He was on a breakaway for a touchdown, and I intentionally blocked somebody blindside, gently but intentionally, to make sure that the play got brought back so that he couldn't score a touchdown. He'll never let me forget it.
Awful. No, like, you know, I was sort of going through Colonials sort of favourite. I feel like it's strange that we've had like an hour of football for the Colonials and the name Sam Cross hasn't been brought up.
Jeez, Voldemort.
Sam Cross, ladies and gentlemen, just
all-round athlete.
Gadget man. I think
Yeah,
the only
absolutely.
position he didn't play was safety.
Yeah.
Or something along those lines. Everything else.
Yeah.
QB, started over Dom Sims.
He did.
You know, but yeah, Gadget man.
Luke Ratcliffe was another player for me. Like, what a player, what a safety, could play all over the back line.
I forget. I think he was at Old Boys this year, and it's like, no, he still looks at 60.
Yeah, absolutely. 12.
You know,
but there has been some real talent come through.
I know it's just sort of just listen off friends.
Yeah. Apologise to everyone who doesn't know.
Craner, you know, vote for Craner. That was a good one.
Oh no, it's. Yeah, we've had some good times. And then, I mean, I can sort of semi-quote a couple of DMU players. Who was the guy they had that was a GB lineman? They had a GB lineman here one time, and he was really good. And I know, because I know Lincoln were trying to recruit him at the same time, and he ended up coming here.
Well, this is it. Like, you look like DMU have always sort of been in the hunt for Div 1, but it's never sort of gone their way past promotion. You know, but that seems to be something that's happened to these Leicester teams, both with the Longhorns and the Lions.
Yeah.
But where it stands now is Leicester staying up now because Coventry are not doing as well.
Being able to produce the goods, unfortunately, at the moment.
So it seems that we're now getting back in here, as we now have a Sunday Night Lights situation on a cold. It's cold. It's not actually that cold. It's not actually that cold. The wind's more of a problem. Got wind chill's okay. Would you like a hand warmer? You sure? Okay.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting to see, because obviously we're coming back out with this sort of just before 2-minute warning. DMU on offense. See what they can produce. See what they've got in their locker. See how much the injury will have affected them both in terms of player personnel, but also in terms of their mental state, and see if they can come out and win it for that guy. You know, you've got that motivation, going to go and win it for him, or equally, is it going to throw you off a little bit?
Exactly, like it's, you know, and the big thing here is, because it's been much longer than a traditional half-time, it's, you can warm up, but can you...
Yeah.
Can you get, has the lactic acid set in?
Yeah.
Can you get it off?
Yeah, absolutely.
But we're waiting for the medical person. One of the coach for Lincoln.
Mo Maynard, one of my favourite people of all time.
Coach for the Peterborough. I just turn around and Mo's it.
And it's fine, we can speak about him because he's also very deaf. And so you'll have no idea that we're talking about.
We're literally like maybe like
2 feet away.
2 feet away. Wind is blowing, the audio is not going. Only good things though.
Yeah, absolutely.
No
like I say, one of my favourite people of all time.
I remember fumble drill shouting at me. It was like, Mo, Moai player on the line. Here we go.
Here
Pipe's
we
coming.
go.
Okay, so 2nd and 9 for DMU.
Indeed.
Okay.
If you're watching this back, just fast forward an hour from when we said 1st and 10, and we'll go from there. Okay, so tight end wing on the right-hand side for DMU. And they've ran a little pitch to 40 and a nice tackle. And the ball did come loose, but it was already whistled dead.
Again, like you could see just by the way that he was handling that ball was coming out.
Yeah.
Like it's something that we've said even in the first.
And I think a
quarter.
big part of that is as he's taking that little inside pitch, he's already taking contact from either the back of his own offensive line being driven backwards or someone having penetrated the line. And so he hasn't got time to get it in his hands, get it tucked away. Because 40 has got good protection. He knows how to carry a football when he's got it and got time to position it.
I think if you get into the hands of 40, like I predict a break-off play from DMU at some point in, I'm going to say this second half.
Oh, okay.
I think 40 will score.
So it's trips right for DMU with a nub tight end on this left-hand side.
Let's say 3rd and 7.5.
And hand off to
47 now, but he is brought down.
Oh, there's a whistle.
So there's some extracurriculars.
A little bit of extracurriculars. 47 is the new running back in replacement of 8.
And he does lose his hat.
Yes.
But under what circumstances did it fall off, or
Was it
are the
ripped
refs
off?
going to be calling a face mask? We see number 54 for the DMU Lions calling for a face mask.
Yeah, and I think they might well have got it as well.
Yep.
There we go. It's a 15-yard and a first down.
43 had to look down at his own number there to clock that he'd been flagged.
Adamant that he's calling that DMU's teammate ripped his teammate's helmet off, but regardless, the refs have decided it's a 15 yards and a first down.
And a first down. Thing is, though, is that the clock is against DMU here. Obviously, it's going to stop now for them now. But the clock's against them. They've got under two minutes to score a touchdown, and then this ball is going back into the hands of the Colonials. So it's all sudden death here for the Lions
absolutely.
now.
Same formation, trips to the right, tight end left.
Whistled it in.
47 in the backfield again, and snap is over the QB's head.
And you've got
And
there's
he
a
is
hold.
Picked it up, and I think he was as shocked as anyone that he'd picked it up. He picked it up and stood there.
Okay. And now, so this could be an issue here for Lincoln. No, to be fair to Danny here, Danny was very upset.
Why is he out?
So he's injured his knee, but it was maybe the most blatant hold I've ever seen.
Ah, okay.
Like again, I'm not here to say anything. I'm not willing to say. I don't like saying bad things about the refs, but that was the most blatant hold on 50 I've ever seen.
Twins right, tight end wing left.
But that is going to be a. Seems Lincoln a little bit out of sorts.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that injury's thrown them. Had no replacement D-tackling.
But his thing, like at the end of the day, though Lincoln are a bit out of sorts. Look at.
Yeah, I mean, DMU's still got a long way to go.
It's 2nd and
30?
28-30 for DMU. Like
yeah, 30.
Just I'd say a deep breath here. Deep breath here for Lincoln. Just relax a bit.
Yeah, they'll just get themselves together, they gather themselves, have a conversation. They didn't necessarily want to take a time out right now, but they're hardly does any damage to them particularly.
hitting,
they-
you know, both me and Ben have got experience here. This game does get chippy. This game does get spicy.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
These two teams do not like each other.
No.
know.
So in wing on the left with split out receivers. And they're running that little reverse to 40 again, and he's broken up the middle this time. You did say there'd be a... got caught there. It could have been a breakaway. I thought you might have called that little breakaway.
I tell you what, when you consider... So here we go, number 50 back in.
Yeah.
Okay.
With potentially something to prove now after he felt he was...
So, again, a great play there from Asamoah, number 40 of the Lions. It's still only going to get them to a third and, if I'm being generous, 19.
Yeah, absolutely. I think what I liked about Asamoah there is he's just reading what's in front of him. The play looked like it maybe broke down off the edge, so he just cut straight back inside.
Okay, so we've got a new QB in now for DMU.
And
he
they run
pops
that
it to
reverse
40.
again.
Again, another 10-yard gain, but when you're behind the sticks, 3rd and 19.
Yeah, I mean, they've recovered from pretty far back, but it's still not quite enough.
So there you go.
That's the end of the first half.
Maybe would have saved a bit of smoke there if I was DMU, because you just had two really good plays.
Yeah.
You know, but due to the injury, that's the end of the first half. It's now the start of the second half.
Yep, we'll see you in 20 minutes.
We're going to get a drink, a cold drink, hot drink, no.
2 minutes or 2 seconds.
Won't be that long. I'm going to root around in my pocket, try and find a cough sweet. I know no one cares, but
They do. They care about your health.
they don't. SJ and Jamie were laughing at me on Monday.
Yes, so Lincoln will receive at the start of the second half, as it is now. So they're back setting up, and big drive, because if they can score here, they were stopped in their last drive before everything and the delay in the game for the first time by DMU. So if DMU can get another stop here, that potentially leads them on to being able to get gains on offense in their own time. But they are kicking into the wind, and so Lincoln have set up quite close. Not expecting a deep kick.
So you got Norster back to receive, as well as number 1. But as I'm trying to find this elusive cough sweet,
I also am looking at Lincoln's kick return alignment, and I would definitely chance a cheeky little onside kick straight down the middle. Look at the gap
There's
in
a lot
between
of room
those.
there, isn't there?
There's a lot of room there. I'd be really tempted just to drop in a little cheeky.
over under it happens.
They ain't doing it. I wish they would, but they won't. Here we go. So, very caught the wind. Oh, he touched it.
Oh,
And it's recovered.
Oh,
I think that's
wow.
recovered.
Well, give Ben Harris some points. It may not be an onside.
It wasn't intentional, but they found that gap in between the players.
But
It was a huge gap.
I'd tell you what. I think we
DMU
might have a
got
little
it.
bit of a game on our hands, because DMU,
Oh.
you know,
That has basically now set up exactly where it ended at the start of the second half. Like, you may as well just not have had that whole kick return. And you know, exactly as Lincoln took the ball away, first play of DMU's offense in the start of the first half, and now we've got it happened in reverse and DMU on offense. And it just found that little hole. I think he tried to kick it as hard as he could, but the wind caught it. But Lincoln's setup was very much a big space in that sort of 20 from the kick. Here we go. Let's see if DMU can take advantage. Trips to their right, our left. Tight end on the other side. Ball snap. Hand off inside. And tackled. It looks like hand slapping for number 50.
If you're DMU, I mean,
Yeah,
I know it's. I know that we're trying to. We said we weren't going to be impartial here, but I'm sort of rooting for the Montford here.
I just want to. I like a game. I like it to be competitive, so I'm almost always rooting for the person that's losing to try and get back into it. But 2nd and 11. A blitz from the linebacker, but oh my God, he's been dumped by the
ball
offensive.
Ball out, and that is going to be another turnover for the Colonials.
Yep, and they've given it to the Colonials.
Oh.
I have a question. If you're an offensive lineman, are you allowed to dump tackle a defensive tackle? There was a blitz, and the offensive lineman caught him, and then dump tackled.
It defined by court.
Caught him, and then picked his leg up, came hand down behind his knee, picked him up, and dropped him into the floor. Yeah, that can't be a thing.
I'm going to say no.
Like, surely there must be a hole just within the dump. I don't know. Watch that back. That's weird.
Get ready. It's the new hot craze going around this summer. Dump tackling, blitzing linebackers.
Trips right from Lincoln.
So here we go.
Going for a pass straight out, hitting that fade.
And that
he's
goes
overthrown it.
Norster.
Big overthrow. Again, caught the wind in the other direction. You can see how the wind is affecting things here. It doesn't feel crazy strong when you're just stood here, but it is really affecting the ball.
So, Jaden Whitaker is the new QB in. Classic QB 12 number.
Good number.
Makes me sick to my stomach.
No, not me.
Not
only is it the day of my birth, but it's also the day of my hero, the shirt number of the hero, the legend. Who do you think?
Oh, I'm trying to think of someone funny who wears 12.
No, nothing funny about it. Tom Brady.
Who's someone funny who wears 12? God damn it.
Hand off inside.
So number 2 there.
Oh,
but a
nice
great tackle there.
57.
57 of DMU there, tackling Tomas.
They are starting to find Lincoln are looking for those kind of off-tackle runs, and the flow from the interior linebackers for DMU is really finding them. They're cutting through the line. Very good and aggressive pursuit angles being taken by them.
Number 57 there for DMU, trip there with a great tackle again. DMU have got some, well, it always sounds weird to say, they've got nice tackles, and they have got, they have been doing very well. I think it's very well coached part of their game.
Yeah, absolutely, because
they've been wrapping up ankles. They've been making sure that a lot of times, especially in Div 2, contact's made, and then they just move around. DMU have not let that go. So a fake jet sweep
Fake jet
there.
sweep, and then trying to hit that bomb down the field. And it got him.
And it's caught by Norster. Looks like it's not going to be.
No, I don't think they've given it as a touchdown, but
obviously I'm not sure how much that you saw, just because we've got a sea of Colonials, but Joe Norster having himself a day.
Yeah, absolutely. They really like that matchup.
It's a shame because he's such a horrible bloke. I'm joking. I love Joe Norster. He's a great guy.
Yeah, quickly talking about DMU's defensive line. What I like about it is they're not massively going upfield. So many defensive lines over pursue and get caught up underneath. They're reading the line and working down the line of scrimmage and making really, really good pursuit on those outside runs, off tackle runs. Here we go. Trips right for Lincoln.
We're going to make it a 26-point game.
And a handoff inside.
Swallowed up by the Lions.
Yeah, Lincoln really can't get this interior run going at all. And I really do think their run game is a race to the edge.
You know, here's the thing with Lincoln, like, they obviously only played one game.
Yeah.
Conceded no points so far. Like, if there's a team that knows about the importance of not conceding points and how it affects your playoff standings,
absolutely.
it's the Lincoln Colonials. Obviously, a couple of years ago, there were some issues in regards to the Midlands too, especially between the teams who are currently playing.
Yep.
And with it, Lincoln were in a 3-way tie win-wise versus Staffordshire and Nottingham. I
Yep.
believe it was.
They'd all
Lincoln.
beat each other 2014.
Yes, I believe it was. Staffordshire beat
Pass.
Green.
Oh,
Green beat
yeah.
Lincoln. Lincoln beat Staffordshire.
Yeah.
Or something along those
Yeah,
lines.
that was right.
And just due to the points conceded, Lincoln. I forget what it was.
So
by some aggregates.
if you went on points against per game across the division, Lincoln would have been top.
Yes.
But because they went to the mini league,
Yes.
and because BUCS do it on a 2 points for a win point system, if it wouldn't have gone to the mini league if there hadn't been the issue with this game.
It's exactly right. It's, you know, I was there in Jamal Avrang's house, who was the president at the time, when we found out that Nottingham Green had beaten Staffordshire.
Yeah.
Or sorry, Staffordshire had beaten Nottingham Green or whatever it was. That house went berserk.
Yeah.
Mainly from me. But we were going berserk. It was the day of the Super Bowl. We all thought Lincoln finally got promoted.
Yeah, absolutely. Lincoln going for a field goal here, by the way.
Wasn't the case, but you know about this aggregate, especially when there are 3 teams at the top of Midlands too. You know, again, ARU, don't get me wrong, they're doing well. DMU, Cambridge, not so much. It's still Derby, it's still Green, it's still.
It's interesting
Lincoln.
speaking to a couple of the Colonials at half time, and asking them what about Cambridge, and that kick is good.
Oh, beautiful
Nice.
kick.
23-0. Asking them about the differences between DMU and Cambridge, and they think DMU definitely have the better star players. They said that it'll be a very close game between the two of them, and they'll both be competitive with each other. But they think that DMU have in number 40 and a couple of others bigger stars, and so there's that potential. We were talking about at the start that if some of the results don't go their way, that Cambridge DMU game's going to be big at the bottom, and
yeah. You never want to finish the league without a win.
No.
I've definitely had it. We don't
Yep.
in a year that we don't talk about.
no, didn't exist.
For Lincoln.
It was a funny year, wasn't it?
It was a strange year.
Yeah. I don't think the team was as bad as the results suggested, really.
I think I went back a look. I think it was like minus 340 something like that.
I don't think we scored.
No,
Did
we didn't
score.
We didn't score. So no, but it happens. It does happen.
Yeah, it does happen.
You know.
It's all right. That'll be the Prem South in a few years. Every other team will be on minus
Hey,
400.
You say that, mate. Prem South. That's. We're not talking about the Prem South now. As we got Robbie Van Dam to boot it away.
Indeed.
I've not forgotten that joke.
Huge boot.
Beautiful kick. Hits number 15.
And he
He's
has
gotta
picked
pick
it
it up
up
and
and he's
take it.
taking a run for it. And good hustle there from Lincoln to get there.
I tell you what, considering that bounced off his
Yeah,
chest, to get it that far out your own end zone, you've got to take it at that point.
It looks like they'll be starting about the 12. No, ignore me. The 22. Yeah, okay, that was a good return then. Like you say.
You know, if I'm DMU, I'd start. You prevented a touchdown there.
Mhm.
That's big.
Yep.
I'd look personally. Maybe I know it's windy. Maybe air it out a little bit more.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but I mean, maybe that's why they've swapped their quarterbacks. Maybe the one they've put in is a little bit more of a passing quarterback, or maybe.
Like you've been setting up these counters all game long.
Mhm. Oh yeah, loads. Counters and sort of the little reverse inside pitch things.
Oh, issue with the chains. This hand warmer not doing a good job. It's got one job, ladies and gentlemen. and It's not. Steve showed me that he's got 4 hand warmers.
Winter football, not the one. Summer
You say
league.
that, mate.
That's
No,
the dream.
get away from me. No, I'd much rather play right now than play 40 degrees.
Nah, I'm the other way.
No,
40 degrees all the
give
way.
me the cold, mate. So it's going to be a
Hand
run
off inside.
and just
Big push in the pile. And then someone smartly went, thing to do, take down the pile at the legs.
I believe that was Bork
Yeah.
again. Going to be a gain for DMU. Going to
Yeah.
be a gain of 2, 1, 1.5, 1.5, 2.
2.
Um,
You know what I think? So they run those plays. I think it'd be really good for them if they must have some development off those plays.
Yes.
So maybe fake to 40 and then belly out onto the pass, because if they fake that inside pitch to 40, Lincoln are going to bite.
Lincoln
they
are
know
biting.
they know that that's their big player.
and they know that, like, DMU's one chance to get a touch on, they think it's going to be 40. Fumble.
He's fumbled the snap.
That's going to be, I think that's number 4 for DMU. Looks like they're going to be going back behind the chains now. Oh, they keep getting along.
About 13.
3rd and 13. I know there might be that trust in the QB, like the wind's died down now. I know it's happening.
It's very gusty.
It's happening infrequently, but you know, I think Lincoln is so prepared for this run. Just you know, throw one. It gets intercepted. Okay, you're 23-0 down.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like 23 is not insurmountable. You know,
And the thing is, from this position, if you're punting, you're probably going to punt it about Grand Taylor about 3 yards. So you may as well take the shot anyway. Inside run, tackled.
and I imagine will be the punting unit for the Lions. He says, "Yep, there we go. A little bit late on the call there."
But I don't see this punt going any further than about 15 yards.
No, like the wind is blowing, but it's. I know it's difficult to sort of look at, you know, both Whitaker in that last drive, Helmer in the first half, having that success with the pass.
Yeah, and especially hitting the fades.
But just you got to spice up a little, especially when you've got, you know, some real star players on the Lincoln D line.
Yeah.
And the wind, oh yeah, that.
Oh, it's touched. Oh.
Could have been another disaster
Could have been
there
a
for Lincoln.
massive specialties disaster.
But unfortunately, that left the boot of Patel just as we had a strong gust of wind there. You could see that ball going
Nowhere.
You know, isn't it?
If anything, they're so lucky that it bounced off that Lincoln player, because they probably gained about an extra 10 yards on that punt just from that bounce.
Okay, so Whitaker is going to bring the Colonials offense back onto the field. Not successful in getting a touchdown last time, only getting a field goal, again, which is a win for DMU as far as I'm concerned. But DMU needs something spectacular here. Again, it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No, but it's getting close. I mean,
This is-
Lincoln score here, and that's 30 points. And I know it's not running clock, but it's not far from. And I think Lincoln will definitely push for a running clock, because that'll be a real, like you say, rivalry game. It'll be a bit of a moral thing for them. They'll quite like that. There's a handoff inside. Avoided the first tackle, but tackled pretty quickly after.
It's like, the thing is, Lincoln are showing these, DMU is showing these glimpses of intensity and, you know, smart play, whereas, as we stated in the first half, Lincoln have this consistency, and that's what's winning them this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
You know,
They're not getting flustered by, you know, that's a gain of basically nothing. But Lincoln will just seem quite comfortable. Right, okay, that's happened, next one in. And I think that's a part of that is down to the coaching they get. You know, I know Coach Lees is very much of that mindset of keeping things calm, keeping things on a channel, on a line, not letting things get too big or too small. Trips to the right.
Going for a hard count.
Fake handoff inside, and now scramble from the
Whitaker is
QB.
running.
He's got lots of space, running for the sideline. And Lincoln are arguing that was late, but I don't think it was. He just carried him out of bounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a flag, but you know, sometimes you've got to push these things. It's like if you're on the line and someone jumps offside. Someone jumps offside, you've got a point. You've got a point.
But that was a nice run by the QB. He avoided, stepped just around the defensive end and took a run. I mean, he ran a lot for what ended up being a grand total of about 4 yards, but
it did
made something out of nothing.
It did look a lot more impressive from over here, didn't it? Yeah.
Cool. So 3rd down. Third down?
No,
Yeah.
first down.
Oh.
Trips
Oh,
right.
right, okay. There we go. A nice inside run.
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
no.
and that is going to be on Norster there.
Yeah.
Seems to be there are some extra crickets there. There's a lot of taunting.
Yeah, and he's about to be talked to by the refs. That's going to undo the nicest inside run that Lincoln have had all game.
You know, again, it's I do like Joe. He's a smart lad, but you know he's definitely one of those players who can talk nonsense.
Yeah, I think he's just put that player down, and it's on an inside run. You know, you always teach your guys to block and treat every play as if it's a play that's coming your way, because you don't want to give it away if, oh, this is going to be an inside run. But equally, slamming a guy into the ground when you're beating a team 23-0 and it's a very obvious inside run to the right-hand side, probably, I can understand why the ref's throwing that flag.
Yeah.
But that is going to march them 15 yards back. First and 25 then.
So. Ooh. Probably the furthest the Colonials have been behind the chains.
Absolutely.
So far today. We can't unfortunately say the same for the DMU Lions. Trips right.
Max press from the DMU defence against this trips on the right. Everyone's impressed.
Whitaker's looking, just dumps it out. Flag on the play coming in from the sideline judge on our right. Pretty quick flag, actually.
I think they're arguing holding on one of the receivers. Which I would be tempted to decline if I was DMU, because you'd rather take, in my opinion, the 2nd and 22 or whatever it's going to be. But we'll see.
So Norster back in.
There we go. Oh no, okay, yeah, I suppose it's 10 yards, isn't it? So first and 35.
Oh, okay. Okay, mate, this is now the longest they've been behind the chains by any team.
Yeah. That was interesting though, because I think DMU suspected that little running back bubble was going to come. Great blitz by 45. Well timed, untouched. Straight into the backfield, and now we're on 2nd and
just swamp
43.
This is a madness for. Yeah.
Yeah, 2nd and 43 now for Lincoln. And at this point, you're kind of in almost damage reduction territory. You're not necessarily thinking first down. You're just thinking, let's get as far down the field as we can to punt it.
Oh, go on. Do you not just banter it?
Don't get me wrong. You're obviously going to go for it. You want it in chunks. You're probably looking at that and you go, right, okay, if we can hit a 20-yard pass, happy days, and then.
What do you think Connor's got from test? Are Lincoln trying to win this on hard mode or something? Like, what's going on?
It's doing nothing with the clock.
You love a bit of chewing, don't you, Toby?
Big toes.
Literally watching him put away ungodly amount of delicious walkabout wings. Though we're not sponsored. But
you've not seen him in an all-you-can-eat Chinese.
I have.
Oh, well.
I have, yeah. Actually, so much lemon chicken. Only fruit he ever gets.
Pass play, little screen, caught by number 10.
Norster's got it.
Who has broken, and he's
Nowhere near.
I mean, it's a lovely gain on any other down apart from 2nd and 48. And that is the chunk play you need, because now it's more like a third and 25, which is manageable.
You've got a couple of DMU Lions down. And you've got number 45, who does appear to have been hitting the family jewels.
41's taking a breath. I think he's okay. I think he just got blocked unexpectedly. He was in the pursuit of the player, and it wasn't a crap block by any stretch. It was just a really well-timed block. Stepped in front.
3rd and 45 or something.
No, we're good now. We're third and 20 something.
Isn't it fourth now?
No, that was second. That was only
Oh, that
second
was
and
second.
48. So now we're on a third and 28 probably. But that's what I said. Do you want it in chunks? If I'm Lincoln now and I get another 20 yards and it's 4th and 8, I'm going for it. Because why wouldn't you? You just got 40 yards in 2 plays.
Momentum's on my side. It's like when you see teams that they're doing really poorly all game, then it gets that 2-minute warning, and suddenly they're like, not a 1972 Miami
absolutely.
Dolphins or like
2007 Patriots.
I was trying to remember. Was it 2008 or 2007?
Randy Moss, Wes Welker era.
Who? Big if Lincoln do this, by the way.
Yeah.
Whittaker,
And they've gone
an
for the outside
absolute
receiver.
dart.
Oh no, they're not. They're going for the middle one and they didn't get it.
A lot of flags.
Yeah, I don't know why there's so many flags.
No, sorry, not a lot of flags. A lot of hollering,
Oh.
but a flag.
Lots of flags. No, not flags. Hollering. Words and flags. Always get them mixed up.
Huh? No, I'll leave it out.
Is that a flag or a yell?
Same thing. Looks the same. Just
What's your
mildly
problem,
bullying
mate?
Tabs here.
Huh?
What's your problem?
I don't speak English.
No hablo inglés. Okay, so for the things are moving. I think there must have been a flag, as much as we were giving them
tell
jib.
you what, the people with those down markers may be frozen
Yeah.
to the ground right now.
It's 1st and 10. I'd love to know what's gone on there.
What?
It's 1st and 10, Lincoln. PI maybe.
I think it was PI. There were calls
It's the
for it,
only
but
player. It's the only player I can think of that's what it would be.
so we've got 11 in motion.
Oh,
Go
QB
for
run.
it.
I don't think it was supposed to be, but it was. I think it was. The snap was unfortunately a little high, and it ruined the timing for the handoff.
You know,
So
look,
QB
it's-
made what he could of it.
I know Lincoln are 23 points up, but there's definitely a sense of they just relax.
Yeah, they
you
have.
know.
They
You know,
have
they're not-
definitely.
I'm not going to say that Lincoln have, taken their eye off the prize as we move into the fourth quarter. But they've definitely relaxed.
Yeah.
You know, they know that a delicious walkabout burger and a reasonably priced beverage is in their future.
I think actually I heard 5 guys floated on the way back.
So not reasonably priced. No, that was just for the coaches. Coaches can get 5 guys.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're a real Lincoln Colonial, game day DMU, you're gonna
Yeah.
beat DMU.
Yeah.
Where'd you go? Walkabout.
Yeah, or maybe 5 guys then walk about.
Well, think about it as well. This is the only game happening right now.
Yeah.
So everyone else has gone home, running the place.
Yeah.
Revs isn't open anymore. That's what we do. Walkabout, quiz, win the quiz by accident.
Yeah, because you're the only ones there.
No, we used to. I always used to win the quiz at Walkabout when I never wanted to win the quiz. And then we were given 2 beer towers of cider and black that tastes rancid. Then you go to Revs and have cocktails in there, and then someone.
Does anyone think Tebbs is missing his uni days? Talking about Lincoln here.
Do you think I've left?
No, I don't.
No, I still do it. I just do it in the southwest, even though I'm not at university anymore. That's
Trips
why.
to the left-hand side motion from the slot. Yeah, I would have argued there was a flinch there as well. That's false start.
Oh, Lincoln do not want to be within.
No, they only. You said hard mode, and I think they've taken that
We're
challenge.
only. Second and 20s only.
Yeah, exactly. I think Coach Lees and a couple of the other coaches have decided they need to test their 2nd and 3rd and long playbook that they never really get to open up.
It's like we ever see Belichick like doing the delay a game on the punt. It's just to train some clock, bring
Yeah.
it back out. So
Trips Sorry?
Go on, mate.
I was just going to say trip to the left. I think they might try and hit Joe here again on this single side. And I would be absolutely right. And he's going to fight for it, and he's going to take it. And he's fighting for more yards. And
That was awful, Joe, mate. Awful.
that was a really nice little adjustment. Again, that shows they're thrown into the wind. But
Yeah.
Joe made a good adjustment, went and grabbed it, and then took 3 players with him as he gained another 5 yards. So, nice play.
It just seemed very effortless there for him.
And I think it's interesting. So, a lot of teams will have a way that they play trips. And I think actually you need more than one, because what the Lincoln have found out is that if they go trips left and have Joe a single side on his own, DMU are going to set up in a certain way that Joe can take advantage of with the one-on-one with the corner.
Press
There's
with
a
the hard
pass.
And Whitaker.
Oh,
with a great
lovely
ball.
take and a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
And the Lincoln sideline go wild.
And that is 30 points for the Colonials. Just Whitaker with a great ball.
Yeah, really nice. I've got a feeling that might have been his first touchdown throw. Only because of how crazy the sideline went. It was either someone's first touchdown catch or their
Looks like
first touchdown
could be
throw.
32s.
Is that his first ever touchdown catch? Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. 32
Yeah,
is...
fun. He's been dumped off.
I love that. Very,
It certainly
very happy
seems as
for his
though it is.
teammates. Meanwhile, Lincoln going for the kick. Currently 29-0. This will take it to 30.
And now it's 30 points.
Yeah. And that is
Now it's 30
good.
points. I was a bit too keen there.
How would that be 2 points?
That's a really good ball. Though now here, DMU just trying to take back something.
For me, DMU, your goals now are score. If you can score, put the first points of the year on Lincoln, that certainly, like you say, for the rivalry, etc., that has to be
Well, here's
the aim.
Like last week, when I was at Exeter versus Bournemouth, seemed to me that game was going Exeter's way the whole time. And Exeter were going to leave there with a shutout victory of the Bobcats. Bournemouth managed to get pick 6 and a field goal.
Yeah.
And you could almost feel a level of deflation from the teams that they weren't able to shut out.
Yeah.
Not
Their closest rivals.
the closest
in that division.
rivals, definitely. So DMU here, you score here. That's a victory in itself.
Absolutely.
So they haven't got much time left on the clock. I think this is going to be going the way of the Lincoln Colonials.
Yes.
But
yeah, I don't see any way back for DMU now in terms of winning it. But yeah, I completely agree.
But as far as if you're DMU, you need to get 40 on the board.
Yeah.
You need to get Asmar on the board because he's done fantastic.
He deserves a score.
all game.
Yeah, I agree.
Van Dam ready to kick it away. Never going to get tired of saying that.
That's a nice kick as well for Into the Wind, I say, as it dies a death.
Going to be going over probably on the 29, 28, 29. Is that right?
Yeah, 29. 29 going out. With about 8 minutes left, I think.
And this, an update on the hand warmer. It's not going well for me. Go Lincoln. Love to see my nephew Helmer playing for the first time. Following the play here from the Netherlands. Do love a bit of Helmer. Always good to have family members with us. He had a great first half. If you've come in a bit too late, definitely go back and watch that because he had some absolute spirals.
Absolutely.
Couple of touchdowns
That touchdown pass to Joe on that fade.
for Helmer.
Gorgeous.
He's not just a fashion icon, Helmer. He is also good at football.
A handoff inside, but lots of pressure from Lincoln.
Just a bit too late there. They've moved to number 1
Yeah.
as QB. Have de Montfort.
I feel like DMU might have started to rep in some of their second string guys, give them some reps.
As signal caller for DMU. Has he got a cannon? That's what they need.
That's what you want.
That's what
You're
that's what I
desperate
want.
for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so twins to
the
the right,
the other
wing
hand
left.
Bit late on the snap there.
Nice catch.
First
And yeah, nice catch and good.
throw from Basta there. Good reception as well.
Yeah.
Gonna bring them to let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be a 3rd and 11.
Yep.
For the Lions here.
Yeah, which is nice recovery from that first down loss.
It seems to be that, you know, as I've played centre before, having to adjust to someone's new
Yeah,
cadence
of course.
is very difficult. That seems to be what's happening here, as, you know, it's so difficult. Sometimes there's just half a second delay.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult.
Yeah,
It
that's
throws
it.
everything off, especially when you've got a D-line like Lincoln's. That extra half a second could be the difference between making a play and getting sacked.
Yeah, 100%. A nice
Pop to
toss
40.
inside to 40, but he's dropped it.
And that's a recovery.
But I think they could potentially argue that is a incomplete forward pass.
It is, because it was a pop, of
Yeah.
course, yes.
So they won't get that as a fumble
the
recovery.
Rules, Ben, the
The
rules. So the punt unit comes on again.
And Lincoln are sitting here now thinking, we want running clock. Because of the rivalry, they're sitting there going, we want to make a statement
100%.
here. We know that Derby put 50 on them. We know that Nottingham put 44. We want to be that team that's putting running clocks on people as well. Because that's what you have to do against the weaker teams in your division to make a statement. You have to.
Looking
sounds
at
like
you,
you're-
Aberystwyth. Look, for a Midlands 2 game, a lot of Aberystwyth slander
Yeah,
from me
this is
today.
true. This is true. I mean, I brought them up.
And here we go. What can Patel do? Danny was right there. But a DMU bounce.
And a return. And a potentially a really nice one. Oh no, just gets knocked off balance there. Really nice in the end by
That's the
DMU.
Colonials, number 1. Gonna take it
I
just
tell you, if he hadn't have got caught
past-
then.
Yes. Yeah, but you can say that for any.
No, what I mean is, I don't mean if he hadn't got caught as in caught. I mean if he hadn't have just got that little nick to turn him round. He was building up a head of steam. So you decided you're going to come and play next year?
No, I've got to do this.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
I've got to give
And-
it a few more years before I come back and play.
I
'cause
agree.
I will play again.
Give the fans what they want.
Here's the thing. I said this. I think somehow I'll find my way back to the uni ball squad.
Yeah.
Just for one more.
One more year.
Well, I'm just gonna have one more year, mate. That's all. Hard count.
Pass out.
Just a little pop pass. Looks to be deflected.
Yeah. And again, incomplete.
And Lincoln are behind the sticks again. Jeez.
Because why make it easy?
Lincoln. Basically, what we decided to do is have some banter.
Yeah.
I tell you, what, it is strange to be live streaming a game when, like, the moon was just over there.
Yeah.
It was just strange to. It was over there. And I'm going to say 18, 19
Yeah.
for Lincoln. What a surprise. Another
Pass
hard
again.
count. Oh, Whittaker with a spiral.
Oh, so close. I think the receiver actually wasn't expecting such a powerful
Yes.
pass and started to slow up to have to come back for it. But if he'd have carried on running, that would have been another touchdown. He had the DB for dead. It was just he just slowed up a bit.
I think
Run
he-
your routes, kids.
I think he looked back and went, oh, Christ.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, oh crap, I've got to run a bit faster for this one.
So, 3rd and 18. For the Colonials. A lot of these receivers have got the experience from catching quack ducks on their Wednesday night.
Run out, little
Screen out wide, but there's a DMU player right there.
And he's
Dodges
slipped
two,
two
keep
tackles,
going.
but no, gets caught from behind.
So the punting unit now
It is.
gets to be trialled for, I think,
That's a win.
second or
That's a win
third
for
time.
DMU. You know, as much as I say Lincoln's aim will be to get the get the running clock. DMU's whole sole goal now will be to stop that from happening.
You know, like realistically, when it comes to the rankings, I'm already aware of where I'm putting Green, Derby, and
Yeah.
Lincoln, because I'm going to put them. I don't do it often. I don't like doing it. It's putting them all together. Because
How do you separate them?
there's no separating these teams until we get to the 21st of January. There is no way to separate Lincoln, Derby, Green.
God, it's going to be some good games.
Here we go.
Pulling into the wind.
And Norster, who's been
He's got
fantastic
the height,
for the
but again,
Colonials.
it's sat up. 88 catching the ball, but not really knowing why he was doing it or what he was going to do with it once he caught
it seems
it.
to be that 88 just saw it and
Yep.
caught it, you know.
I mean, what do I do with this?
Yeah, I mean,
That is someone who is mildly confident on the rules.
yeah.
I've got this. Now what happens?
I caught it now. Touchdown.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, here we go. Come on, number 40. Let's get you a touchdown. Or at least like a big booming run that we can get really
100%.
excited for.
Yeah. You know, like normally. Cobbler Flods is leaving. What a little snake.
Indeed, we'll see him on the 7th of Jan back at Oxford
Connor,
Saints.
why do you support the Panthers? Okay. That's a classic Colonials inside joke there.
Indeed. Okay. Wow. That can only be something that was said as the teams have come out.
100%.
Something's been said, something the refs really haven't liked. And so they're getting penalised half distance to the goal from DMU.
So 7 minutes remain.
Twenty 24 with 42 on his arms, apparently.
No.
I can't see him. I'm trying to find him now.
No, we've got to find this out.
Can you see 24?
I think he's over on the other side.
Oh.
We need.
Or have they taken him off? I don't know.
We need to find this.
I think you're right. I think he is on the other side.
We find this. This is the best thing ever.
Okay, it's a pass.
There he is.
Oh, almost a acrobatic, one-armed interception from 43. Oh, and now there's a big scrap going on in the backfield. Refs getting pulled in. People are really starting to lose their tempers.
Here we go now.
Is that 91? 81, 91? 91. 91, scrapping.
You know, here's the thing, Leisure.
Ref from this sideline, straight in there. Big fan.
Time out to Montford.
Yeah. Maybe it's to change the numbers on 24's top, so he's got 24 on his arms as well.
Here's the thing, we've said this all game. I've played in Lincoln versus DMU games. It's chippy.
Yeah.
It gets spicy. These teams do not like each other. You know, like I know that, you know, Lincoln's varsity is against Hull. Leicester or DMU's varsity is against the Longhorns. But, you know, ever since when I played here years and years ago, you don't like DMU.
Nope.
You know, there's a lot of bad blood. And there's a lot of bad blood on this exact field.
Absolutely. A lot of history.
You know. Thank you.
We love to see you on here, Coach. Want to say anything? Having a good time? He'll say something at the end. I was going to say this is a man that used to do this job. If you remember in the early days of Britball streaming, Coach George Lees was I remember first meeting him, I thought he was a celebrity. I was like, oh, I'm going to meet that Coach George. Him and Matt Walker. Okay, here we go.
Why
So
did
DMU back
close
out.
It's just been sort of ingrained in us that, you know, again, this is very coming from a Lincoln standpoint. We were always told DMU are very chippy. You know, they're not very clean.
Big pass. And there's interception.
Oh.
Diving interception.
And that seems to be Bork. No flags?
No, the QB was taken down, but it was deemed fair. And I'm pretty sure it was.
Let's have a look.
Very nice pick.
Yes, that is Tyler Bork there
Yeah.
with the interception. Yes, so when I was here, we were always told, you know, again, this is me looking at it from being a player for Lincoln. We were always told, you know, DMU, not the cleanest side.
Yep.
Basically expect
Yep.
to basically have, you know, these extracurriculars, have some beef. So, you know, it very well could, Barry, predates me.
Yeah,
being
absolutely.
here. But then obviously, games in which we felt that calls hadn't gone, that calls weren't correctly done when we didn't have referees.
Yeah, but I'll give them their due in this game. I wouldn't argue outside. There's been a little bit of back and forth, but I wouldn't argue that DMU have been
not at all.
have been chippy or like there's been arguments. Unlucky by number 11 there. There's been, you know, little bits here and there, but you see that on any football pitch at different points in the game. But I think, and I know recent years there's been obviously the change in coaching staff here, and maybe the new coaching staff are sort of setting a different set of values, and or they're just a different expectation on the team and the players from what they used to be.
McAvoy there getting the ball bounced off his chest plate, but that is literally like this game hasn't been massively chippy, but it's definitely, you know, no game is ever 100% clean. But you know that's why like there is a history between these teams. Like it predates my ancient times. The first time I put on a Rawlings impulse.
Indeed.
Great ball from Whitaker.
Oh no, it's not. I think
Almost
it's been picked. Has he dropped it?
Dropped it.
Yeah, dropped. Incomplete pass.
Because
I was on a football pitch this last year, and I had somebody call me out in the most 5-year-old fashion, where he said, "If you do that to my helmet again, I will fight you." I was like,
okay,
what great line.
The worst thing was? At Gloucestershire, I got nothing but compliments. It was horrible.
So polite.
It was horrible. It was. I had one from the Bullets. The game was still playing, right? And he just goes, "You're one of the best centres I've ever seen." I'm like, what do you want me to do with that, mate? You're like, no, go away. Ew. Say that I'm awful.
Yeah.
Say that you're going to snap my ACL or something. Like, don't say that I'm good. Whitaker again, straight through the middle there.
Number 1, who's nice little catch, and gained a couple of yards after. Not seen as much of number 1 as I thought. He's an athlete, but I don't know whether they've not necessarily been able to get him in the right positions or whether they've just been looking in other directions, but he's not necessarily had the big game that I thought he might when I saw him warming up. Helmer knows that his family's watching, so decided he was going to get on the...
your family's watching from the Netherlands. Do you want to say something?
Get an inside interview with
Hallo allemaal. Ik speel vandaag van de tweede helft niet, maar ik hoop dat jullie goed veel plezier hadden mij de eerste helft te zien. Ja, doei.
Beautiful speech.
It's okay, so Whitaker's, there's a lot of pressure, but he bows outright.
Yeah, no, number 1 can't come back for that.
No.
DMU are absolutely looking to apply the pressure down the middle now. They've decided that's their shortcut to victory.
It is working like it's. They've not been able to get this pass off. They've just been a little bit short because of the pressure.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a swing pass to the running back.
Okay.
Or
we've not had a lot of these today.
Or some form of running back, swing past the running back.
No, I think it's just going to be a run right. Okay. I want to keep it nice and simple. They've not had a lot of running passes.
No, it's a pass, and it's definitely not to the running back. It's the number 1 who is fighting for that touchdown. Oh, just short.
I think that is going to be a 1-yard line. Yeah.
Neither of us were right.
Let's see if we no, we've got no, Lion who is no, he's back up. Okay, just as you were confessing, you wanted to see a bit more of number one.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they're finally getting into the game.
He
It's a really nice
he gets
catch.
down there to the 1 yard line. he's number one's unhappy with himself there. You could hear him say that just 1 yard short.
So this to make the statement. Get this, and we'll be running clock.
Put themselves up there with the Green and the Braves.
Hand off
Hand off
inside.
up the middle.
Big push. And nope.
No.
Down at the 1 again.
Nope. If it is, it's going to be a second and inches then.
Yeah, absolutely. Just looking to claw that last little bit in, try and bring it, like I say, to that running clock.
So this looks like it's a matter of time for running clock.
Oh, and they're putting in
here
number
we
50.
go. Now, if
That's a timeout taken by Coach Lees.
and a timeout taken by the Lincoln Colonials, now you want to plan there, but if they're going to do what I think they're going to do, I don't think there is a man in uni ball.
I'm not sure that anyone knows that they've taken a timeout because everybody's walking to the line as if.
So there was a timeout called there. The teams that they Lincoln offense are very, very excited about something.
Absolutely.
And I think that thing that they're excited about, is they've just put Danny number 50 in.
The offensive coordinator for Lincoln there is using me as an example from the few times that I played running back in number 71 to prove that you are absolutely fine to play running back in number 50.
Oh, is that why there was a stop? Oh,
Yes.
okay.
Just checking the legalities.
Yeah, I think the Lincoln are very excited. They've put Danny in, number 50, at running back. Again, he's a phenom.
If this ends up as 3rd and inches, I will be very surprised.
I will eat this up. I will eat this microphone the long way, you know.
Oh dear.
No, Lincoln want to put Danny on the board here.
And I think they're about to.
High step.
Oh! Great play
Well,
off the edge by DMU.
Here's the thing, though. If you're DMU, you could see that coming from a mile away.
Yeah, 24. You got a name for 24. Flew on DMU.
Of course so.
Flew off the
Danny
edge.
comes off the pitch.
Unlucky,
he was
Danny.
doing-
2 yard loss. Never put him on again.
And that's the best part, is I don't have to eat this microphone because it's now third and slightly longer, so 24.
Yeah. Christian.
Yeah, hold on.
Abusi. Christian Abusi.
Christian Boost there, flying in
Yeah,
there.
absolutely
But I'm sorry,
phenomenal
but
play.
you heard the Lincoln silent erupt. They put 50 in. They want 50 on the board. But now all you've done is Lincoln might not get this running clock.
I'd have faked it. I'd have put 50 in there and faked it. That's a pass
Whitaker
back
throws it
corner
up.
and caught.
And just a
Love-
beautiful catch.
Oh, are they arguing out?
No.
Touchdown.
And a running clock now for the Colonials.
And a very angry player on the DMU sidelines just thrown his helmet and then kicked a water bottle halfway down the sideline.
Well, I'm sure that wouldn't surprise me if that is a piece of yellow laundry will be following that. I've seen.
Well, no, he's over on the sideline.
Oh, he's on the sideline.
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. He's just not very happy that it's got to a running clock.
How many games do you think throwing your helmet at the floor takes off your helmet?
No, 5.
Yeah, I've done it a few times, only because it's funny. And a great kick,
is good.
And
kick is good.
and it flies over.
37. 37-0.
No, you just got to hope for Lincoln now. Oh, sorry, DMU now. Just throw whatever you want at it now.
Have a bit.
Throw whatever you want at
A
it.
little bit of fun. I think 3:23 running clock. This game will be over in 10 minutes tops, 5 minutes tops.
Momentarily. So if you're DMU, Philly special.
Who have they got next? Do you know? DMU?
No, I don't know.
No, me neither.
DMU.
Well, they've played all the hard teams. They've ran the gauntlet. I say all the hard teams. I'm not belittling the other teams, but they've played the sort of top three that you would project.
I mean, yeah, you can say that, I think, as I get out of my group chats.
So I assume they've got left to play Cambridge, because they've played quite a few games, DMU. I think this is their 4th game out of the 6, so they've got Cambridge, and then
Who they have?
I don't know. Is it on this little story maybe? So we're just looking on their Instagram, seeing what. Oh, it's a long story. Oh, it's got to be Cambridge, that's it, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah.
They've just got Cambridge to play.
Okay. See, that's one of the things that just I find so daft about the way some of the times the fixtures
Oh,
come
yeah.
up. So you've got 1 game left.
Yes.
It's just so silly.
Yeah.
Like,
But if you're DMU, you're right. That is Super Bowl territory for that Cambridge game.
yeah, absolutely.
Like if you look at it now, there's a few teams that really don't have that many challenges. Like for me, the one that sticks out was last year. KCL wrapped up the division before Christmas.
Yep, Bournemouth did it the year before.
Yeah. Like 2-minute warning now.
Wow. That kickoff, I suppose running clock. I said that kickoff took a minute and a half.
But yeah, like it's KCL had the division wrapped up last year. You know, I don't think there's anyone in the.
I remember Bournemouth the year before got promoted. They'd won all their games. It was like 4 games. Like everyone still had like 3 or 4 games left, and they just sat there and they had like a month and a half off before the playoffs. It's nuts.
No one's really got that this year, you know, because like up in the north, you got UCLan and Lancaster fighting it out. And you've got Northumbria, still got York to play. I think it's going to go Northumbria's way. But
almost picked. Yeah, there's still some big games to play.
You know, Midlands is nowhere near done. You know, Southeast. You know, Imperial did lose. Sorry, UCL did lose to Greenwich.
Yeah.
But then Imperial and UCL, I think, will be a great game.
I think it will. But I think Imperial, in my eyes, Imperial are dominating that division.
Southwest, obviously, it's Swansea, Aberystwyth, Gloucestershire at the minute. And then in the southern, it's Brighton and
Sussex. Yeah.
So no one's really sticking out for me.
No.
Too far ahead. If I were to pick one, it probably would be Imperial.
Yeah. Pass through the middle.
And a first down.
Yeah. I think a bit of a hurry up. I mean, and why not for DMU to see what you can get out of this?
Yeah.
I mean, I probably would have had. I mean, I don't know how many players are playing both ways, but I would have maybe had a 5 or 6 planned out, especially when you know if it's going to be running clock, so you've not got to do this and huddle, because they're not, they're not getting any time back here if they want to have as many chances to try and score as possible. But taking the deep shot. That's well defended and almost picked. Almost another diving interception. And I think that's the game. That is the game.
So on a cold December night in Leicester, the Lincoln Colonials improved to 2-0, defeating the DMU Lions in a rivalry game, and I'm sure there are a lot of old Colonials that are going to be happy with this result. But realistically, in the standings, doesn't do a lot.
No, it was what was expected, and they did a professional job. Like you say, sort of midway through the third, it looked like they'd maybe switched off a little bit, and then they came back and got those 2 scores to put it into the running clock territory. But
Oh, and apparently we got some beef happening.
Post-game stuff. Yeah. I heard, if they want to fight, let's fight. I mean, we could be broadcasting a whole different type of event for you in the next 30 seconds if they decide to have a scrap on the pitch. But I don't think they will. I think they're just lining up for the handshakes now.
You know, like we said. We said,
It means a lot to people.
It does.
Both sides.
You know, if you're DMU now, you've got to be looking at this Cambridge game as the one to win.
Yep.
You know, it's as simple as that for them. Whilst Lincoln, they've got, you know,
The gauntlet starts for them now.
this is it. You're completely right. This is the start of.
I was speaking with Coach Leeds, and he was saying that they're looking at probably going to have to reschedule the Nottingham game for a Wednesday. So it basically looks like this: 21st, you've got Nottingham Derby. Then midweek on the Wednesday, you've got Lincoln Nottingham, and then on the 28th, you've got Derby Lincoln. So within 7 days, you're going to have the whole division sorted.
This division will be completely wrapped up.
Absolutely crazy.
Well, I do hope Nottingham stream that.
Oh, I hope. Yeah. Or they invite you.
No, they won't. No, definitely won't. But you know, I'm just happy to see old team.
Yep.
Doing well.
Yeah.
But again, hard work starts now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Got to keep switched on over Christmas, especially if you're going to be going into a 2 a weeker. Never fun.
Nope.
You know.
Yeah.
I think Bath did it last year. I tell you what, I wish I could have ran on this pitch and done a celebration instead of being depressed, which is normally what happens to me on this pitch. But yeah, I mean, normally this is where I'd say, here are the scores for the rest of today, but there are none. This is the only game. So, you know.
But I think it's been an interesting game. Obviously, one-sided games are never quite as fun as the last game we covered together, which is a 14-14 last-second score. But in its own right, there's been interesting things to watch, and I think for Derby and Nottingham players and coaches tuned in to watching us now, which I'm sure they all are, because why wouldn't you? On this coldish Sunday night, a lot of interesting things to watch, and they've got to be looking at Lincoln now as a serious contender and really looking to break that down and see what they can do against them at the start of next year.
It's one of these things where Lincoln definitely seemed like the underdog out of that 3.
Yeah.
But again, it was the same as I said last year. I didn't think Lincoln would beat Derby last year. But on the flip side, when it's like speaking to SJ thinks Derby are untouchable. I don't know if I agree. But that's because of the same thing with Lincoln and the same thing with Nottingham and the same thing with Derby. It's that until one of them plays each other, no one knows.
Yeah, absolutely.
No one knows. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's cold.
Yes.
It's night time.
Yes.
The Dolphins and Jets kicks off in 45 minutes. I won't go home for it.
He doesn't want to.
Gutted. But, ladies and gentlemen, we here at Sport Tank would like to wish you Merry Christmas.
Indeed.
Happy holidays. Happy New Year. You won't see us for a while. Good. As we go off and enjoy Christmas, and hopefully you do as well.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Lincoln. Thank you to DMU. Thank you to all the teams that have allowed us to stream the games over this 2023 as we've been busy. That includes all the senior ball teams, NWFL teams, the entire lot. Thank you very much. We will be back with you in the new year. We will come out with a new live stream schedule. So teams, check your DMs because we're ready to come. We're ready to come and stream some of your games, unless you're in the Scottish one, or the Northern one, or the Northern 2, or the Northern 2B. Unless it's really good. As you know, Scottish one, no.
If your flyer's up there, then that's fine.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would do that. But I've had some people say, go and do Liverpool versus LJMU. No. But ladies and gentlemen, I've been Tebs. Yeah. And Steve's been Steve. What was the scoreline again? 35?
37 now.
Got to do that, haven't you? So, scoreline December 17th, 2023. Last Sport Tank live stream game of the year. Lincoln Colonials 37. DMU Lions 0. We'll see you in the new year.